Jennifer. Your big breaking TV. Welcome to White Noise, bitch.
What about soda water?
I fucking
Fuck
hate soda
that shit.
water.
You
Fuck
preach,
soda water, bro.
preach.
We rolling?
Yeah, we're rolling.
Okay.
Oh, well, I mean, but I like I like Crystal Geyser and all that such. So to me, it's kind of the same thing.
Crystal Geyser is
Bro, I do
water.
not like soda water, man.
I like it though, man.
Uh-uh.
To me, that's my jam
I force
right there.
myself to drink it because A, all the offices I work at, they stock it.
Oh yeah.
And then B, like, you know,
Hey, let me get like 8 of those things then. For
when
real.
I'm trying to like cut back on soda, like I drink those to try, like,
Exactly.
trying to substitute,
For the carbonation.
but it ain't no substitute.
No, baby.
not-
There's some brands are better than others though. For real. Like the ice.
Yes.
No, the
Oh,
ice
ice-
is really good.
Ice
homie.
is,
But the
but
downside,
ice is like juice though.
no, it's water.
It's like
Spice?
cider, though.
It's
isn't
just
Any
super,
chance?
super
Ice
flavored.
spice.
It has 0 calories in it, so
Yeah, Maddie,
it's
it's showing her pants.
it's for real.
The one from Costco.
Does it have
That's the one you
sweet-
talking
You
about.
can get from
the
Costco,
skinny, the skinny
Target.
bottles.
Lucky's, Target.
Target. Yeah, you
Safeway.
get everywhere.
The only
TV?
downside is the bottles are hella skinny.
Yeah, they are.
You just
But
get
they
some
taste
sparkling
so
water, put some
good.
juice
Those
in
are
it.
really good.
I don't know, man.
That's
I don't like
good.
That shit. I don't like that shit.
You
That's
don't
why.
like ice?
That's why I don't like. No, you know what I do, but like the flavors, like they taste sugar free.
No, the lemon lime one legit tastes like Sprite to me. It tastes like Sprite.
'cause you
I
don't-
know because we used to
Sprite and
go to
7-Up.
Safeway after you get
Yeah.
off.
We should do
It's-
spring
I would
versus
say-
purified water.
It tastes like Sprite, but it's pretty good.
Yeah,
What?
It's good.
Hey, we should do a top
lemon
5
lime.
sodas
Top 5 sodas.
right now.
Right now,
Dude, we
Right
should
now,
do a
hit
taste
that shit.
test.
Hit that shit. Hit
All
that shit.
right.
Hit that shit.
all right. It's definitely.
Big Red.
He just made this whole list
No,
invalid.
no, dead ass.
Yeah, yeah. For
Okay,
Okay,
us.
my number
Are we
one.
talking about carbonated drinks? Or
Yo,
like
Soda,
just-
bitch.
Soda,
What a soda?
Soda.
Hey, you know what I tried the other day?
My dick.
Coke came out with a new flavor.
I like the new Coke flavors.
Yeah. Well, like the AI one.
Oh, I don't know.
I would not.
AI one.
Yeah, it's called
Practice?
Y3K. And it's literally like AI generated, quote unquote.
So an AI basically came up with the formula for it and was
Yeah.
like, "This is the quote unquote
Oh.
perfect formula."
Yeah.
That's low key
Oh,
interesting.
that is.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
What is it called?
Y3000.
Y3000?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one yet.
We gonna find it today.
It's like new. I was at the store
Oh,
last
new.
week.
He got that new.
That
New
new
was so
ACL,
fun.
baby.
The only one that I haven't liked so far is the Rosalia one because it's got like coconut. I don't think coconut goes with Coke.
What the fuck?
Did you try
I'll
the,
try it,
the
though.
space one? Like
I like the space one.
Did you? Dude, I tried it on my birthday.
space
It
one?
fucked up my day.
You try that one, Arnold?
That shit is awful, bro.
Man, fuck you.
Preach. No, legit. I think it's worse than Big Red. It's worse than Big Red.
Whoa,
You're fucking bro. Your taste buds are fucked up, man.
dang.
They aren't.
say?
Your taste buds are
I
fucked
don't think
up.
it's- I don't think there's anything worse than
what's
Big
your,
Red.
What's
No,
your top
you're
5
fucking
soda, Josh?
tripping, dude. You like
What?
Inca
How much
Cola?
is
Do
it?
you like Inca Cola?
E. coli?
What?
Inca Cola.
Oh, hell no.
You don't like that?
Cola.
You be drinking
Nah.
E. coli?
Damn, I was gonna try to make
That
a
shit
point, but
just-
it ain't gonna work if you don't like
I'm
Inca
going
Cola.
wild.
Inca Cola gas. It tastes like Big Red. That's how I
bro.
was trying to make. Bro, like
Root
Salvadorian
beer.
soda,
Great
that shit tastes
Empire,
like,
bro.
that shit tastes
Soda.
like fucking Big Red too.
Mexican Coke?
Mexican Coke
That
number
shit
one. That's number one.
Gas, bro.
Mexican
It
Coke
is.
number one.
I heard it do be hitting different.
Jarritos?
I
It
do.
does.
I did hear that.
It's
Yeah.
the Jarritos,
Damn
the
near any flavor of Jarritos.
any flavor, but specifically the guava
What?
and the lemon lime
What about the classic?
and the no, not
Pineapple?
even
I haven't had.
Pineapple.
I haven't had
Those
guava.
hella
And
good.
no, Inca soda's good,
And
man.
then the orange.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Inca soda's
Inca
good.
soda's
Yeah.
All right, hey, am I tripping or like does fucking like just open Sprite just hits different?
Yeah.
Like that
McDonald's
first
Sprite.
sip.
It do.
Specifically.
Oh, McDonald's Sprite,
McDonald's
bro.
Sprite.
That's gotta be number 2, dude.
It is up
Yo,
there.
that
Yeah.
No, you know what? Maybe a hot take, maybe not. I think if we talking lemon lime sodas, Shasta lemon twist, baby.
Has anybody tried Starry?
You wish
I
you
haven't-
had
Does
it taste like,
motherfucker.
I can't tell
Serum
you
Mist?
what it
Serum
is.
Mist.
Because
No,
they said they like it's not the same, but
It's
I'm like
the
bitch,
same
this is
shit.
just
It's the
brand, right?
exact same.
If you go to A&W
Just
and get
different
the root
brand.
beer that they give you from like the drive-thru, that shit's so fucking.
Well, you
Oh,
ever
they
had an
A&W
old white
root
man
beers,
make you a
It's so
old fashioned Coke? He's stirring the ingredients and shit.
frothy and shit. And that
That
tastes
shit
like vanilla.
gas.
He said an old white man. doing it.
Italian soda.
I haven't had that in a
Like
while.
On ice cream?
Sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla's
It
gas.
is, yeah, it is, yeah.
my
Oh,
God.
it sure is, yeah.
Sour
Oh,
sarsaparilla.
There's a pizza place in Berkeley that used to claim they had homemade sarsaparilla.
They was claiming
That shit was
we
magnificent.
should go out
Magnificent.
when you come here
Jeepers.
later on. Sneak preview, y'all. I'm sorry. Is that a spoiler?
We
I'm
should
about to
go.
spoil your whole
No.
Halloween show. How about that?
That's not. Hey,
How about I do that?
that's not the same.
How the
thing.
fuck about I do that?
You didn't even have your big red today. You were wild already.
You're right. I need my big red. I need that on the IV, bro.
What about Shirley Temple? Anybody know Shirley Temples?
I was gonna say.
Oh, Shirley Temple,
you
guys.
look like you like Shirley Temples,
Who
right?
doesn't like Shirley Temple?
I haven't had one since I was like a fucking kid, though. But
You should have one. That's why you're such a sourpuss now.
and that's why you're such a bitch.
Because I like fucking Shirley Temples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, you're
No,
a
no,
bitch.
no. Not because you like Shirley Temples, because you like Big Red.
So
Okay, that's why you're a bitch. So
That's why you got gout, bro.
no, hey, there's people we like that like Big Red. So is Nick a
Well,
bitch?
we don't like
that-
you, and you like
That
Big
Big
Red.
Red gave you gout.
I don't have gout.
He does.
I don't have gout.
Bro,
The
that's why you're
King's disease,
swollen
bro.
everywhere.
Bro, the listeners
King
can't see me.
disease.
They don't know I'm being dead ass.
You
Bro, I
look
do not have
violently-
Your
gout.
foot's popping out your shoe.
No, it's not, bitch. I drink water.
You look violently inflamed.
I'm just fat, bitch. I drink too much.
It's not bad.
I'm just fucking retaining water. Bitch,
camel.
I need to go to a sauna.
Has anybody tried like those soda streams?
Yeah, I used to own one. Remember?
Are they good? I've never tried one.
No? Yeah, they're pretty good. The
Oh,
only thing is,
Ramune.
like,
That's another one. That's
What?
soda. Ramune.
Ramone's
Ramune,
gas.
whatever.
Ramone's gas.
I like ramen.
I'd have to see that because I don't know if I.
It's the Japanese soda where you push the marble.
Oh,
into
yeah, the
Oh,
Marble
I
Fun
haven't
drinks?
had that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
no.
pretty good,
I've
man.
always been curious.
The ones in the metal bottle, I like those better.
Over the glass?
The Japanese
I
ones.
like the glass one.
Me too.
Yeah.
They're like in a tin bottle.
Yeah,
But the last ones are hard to drink sometimes.
they are because the fucking
Yeah.
marble gets stuck
Yeah.
and you gotta slurp
But
that
no,
shit
wasn't
through.
that the point though? So it doesn't. So you.
I think that's just
It's like a
That's
capitalist thing?
Japanese motherfuckers be extra, bro. That's all
remember-
that is.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
I remember, like, way back in high school, I was hanging out with, like, a bunch of Asian friends, and we hit Ranch 99, and we fucking got them, and I couldn't open them. They fucking flamed my ass.
Yeah, because you claim to be Filipino, you can't open a ramen bottle. I can open a ramen bottle
At
with
the
ease.
time, bitch!
With ease, baby.
No, sometimes
Don't-
they get stuck.
Nope, not
Yeah.
for me.
Well, Filipinos made.
All right, we're gonna go
ramen
fucking
or
try
what?
that right now.
No, you
Probably.
just Japanese drink.
I'm
No,
just being
but-
racist and grouping us all
Yeah,
together.
you're just being fucking racist.
So?
It's not working. Drink your fucking tea.
Drink your
I ain't
fucking
drinking my tea. Look, I no Big Red today, everybody.
That's
This
why
is
you
yerba
wild. You
mate.
I
cranky.
thought you can't have energy.
Baby
drinks.
needs baba.
It's not energy drink.
It low key does. It doesn't give you energy.
It's kombucha.
It has like caffeine in it.
But it's
does.
natural. I drink natural caffeine.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I drink tea basically. If I need caffeine, I'll
I
just drink
snort
tea.
natural lines.
That used to
That
be
sounds
my
like an
breakfast.
addict.
Wait, don't you drink
He is an
Coke?
addict. He One of admitted those. that.
Natural caffeine.
Don't you
I take
Coke?
natural fentanyl.
Bitch, no, bitch. Look, because I get headaches.
Yes, he literally has
All right.
withdrawals.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
So no, hey, compared to
I take natural heroin because the hippie tip makes it.
Hey, compared
Black
to
tar.
me drinking, starting my day with a 20-ounce Red Bull, just to like wake up, like not even to feel like energized or nothing, like just so I can get out of
God.
bed.
Why don't you drink more water
Huh? I am trying to.
and sleep more?
I can't. But yeah.
Why?
Compare, bro. I used to drink like anywhere between 600 to 800 milligrams of caffeine a day
That's insanity.
for years, bro. I started college in 2011, so from late 2011 to November of last year, I was drinking that much caffeine. How am I still
Yo.
sitting here?
I mean,
You the
I'm hard
speed
to kill.
force.
Huh?
You the speed force, man.
Last night on Twitter, I saw some place. I don't know. I don't remember what country or what place, but they got caught like putting Coke like in like their drinks.
Oh shit. That's gas. What drink is that?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Oh, like in their coffee?
Yeah, like some shit like that.
it was probably Amsterdam or something. though.
Yeah.
No,
You
it was,
know,
it was
they
like
be-
South America.
Didn't Nick tell a story where your coworker like put Coke in his coffee?
Yeah. Of course.
He's just nodding, yeah.
Were you
course
assuming
he
it was Coke?
No,
Oh, it was
Maybe you
Coke.
just had a little baggie of.
No, she
sugar.
told me
Could
it
have
was
been
Coke.
heroin or
Was it
meth.
Splenda?
It was Coke.
she confirmed it was Coke.
Oh shit.
I think heroin's the last thing
She's
you want to
like,
be
that,
doing
that
at work.
ain't
Bro, I've seen it. Bro, trust
I
me.
used to work at a
I've seen that
warehouse,
happen.
and our hours were like from if you did overtime from 4 to 2:30, and our first break would be at 6:00, right? And I worked with a lot of Latino women, and they would always come out with their Cokes, and what is it, like pan mexicano, pan dulce? Yeah, like at 4 a.m. To me, that was crazy.
Yeah, that's
Drinking
Also,
that
those
whole
two
ass
don't
Coke.
even go together. How you gonna dunk that shit in some
That's
Coke?
hella.
Yeah.
That's all sweet.
That shit makes.
Just like
I'm
you,
thirsty thinking about that shit, bro.
They had the metal teeth, huh?
Yeah,
they did. I bet
You
you.
know what I want to try?
They smile like, let me see your grill or what you're looking at. Let me
silver
see
tooth
your-"
activity, baby.
Y'all ever tried
Good
Coke
grill.
with peanuts?
No, I've heard about that though.
No.
That's some South shit,
I
huh?
think it's like because miners used to like not want to use their hands to eat, so they would put their peanuts in their drink so they can have something to eat and drink at the same time.
I've heard
That
about
is
that. Yeah,
pure
I've heard about
fucking buffoonery.
Laziness.
Yo, if we're talking like
Well,
For
because you're a
real.
miner, you're touching toxic shit. And they don't want to be popping fucking.
Oh,
Oh, I thought
like
you
a
meant like a minor, like a
minor.
kid.
Yeah.
fuck no.
What the
no,
fuck?
I-
No,
I
that's
thought he was
how
talking
I
about- yeah.
interpreted
Well,
it
with no
too.
context, you
I
bitch.
did.
I was like, what,
Hey,
a
I
minor?
got
Why
you.
would I say a minor? I would just say a kid.
I got you.
Well, no, I interpreted it that way
You
as
got it, you
well.
got it, you got it, yeah.
but hey,
minor.
if we're talking like combinations like that, bro, garlic
Combination.
fries and a Coke, when that sting, bro. Oh,
What
there's nothing
sting?
like
Some
it.
thick
Like
ass fries with a vanilla shake.
like at the Giants game,
Oh.
What?
because the garlic is like so like
Oh,
pungent,
oh,
and you
oh,
like
oh.
take a sip of Coke and it is like
We were just talking
some
about this in
type
the
of
car. I
reaction.
fucking
What?
love garlic and onion, bro.
We literally were. Yeah,
I'm
garlic's so
Shrek.
good, and it's good for you.
you look like Shrek.
Bitch, you look more like Shrek than me, bitch.
Nah, bah.
Nah, fuck you. He built like Shrek. I might look like Shrek.
He's
but he
not built like Shrek.
Hey,
Can we
Fuck
all
you.
just
Big
get
all around
along?
like a tree trunk.
yeah, you got fucking small ass legs, bro. Chill.
Hey, who would win out of y'all two right
Fuck.
now in the fight?
Are you fucking serious,
Yeah.
bro?
Who
Josh.
between what me?
Yeah.
I'll dog this man.
Nah, bro. I'll fucking
Josh
put a
got
collar
you.
on him.
I'm a lover, not a fighter. But if I get
Hey,
pushed, I will.
Bro, he
dog
built
this
like
man.
Maui.
Okay, and
It's-
I'm built
hey.
like Shrek apparently. So fuck. That's a fair fight.
You ain't gotta worry. I won't put the leash around your collar. I'll fucking get a harness for
Bitch
you.
ass, man. Anyways,
Y'all
hey,
fighting for your lives.
no, well, fuck, man. Y'all fucking
What time is it? Oh, okay.
time to start the show, man.
Time for you to watch.
I just want to welcome everybody. Damn, bitch.
Damn, bitch.
I want to welcome everybody to
Call me
Spooky
Steve.
Season
Oh.
2023, baby. I'm so excited, baby. This is everybody's favorite time of year last year for the White Noise podcast. So I'm happy that we're back. You know, we're gonna do things. We got to switch it up a little bit, right? We can't do the same thing every time, right?
We can do whatever we want.
Yeah, we can do whatever we want, baby. So you already know this whole month, White Noise has 5 shows, just 5 Tuesdays in October. So we're spoiling y'all. And then, you know, Law gonna come out on Thursday, just 2 days from the day this drops.
Come on, baby.
Okay, with a very special presentation for y'all. Nothing we've ever done before. I don't know if it's something I want to do again, but I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But no, we put a lot of work into this, so I hope that y'all tune in and y'all enjoy. All right.
Absolutely. All the VHS is going down, baby. So
Yeah.
stay tuned every day of the month, I guess, because we gonna be doing what it do, baby.
Yeah, and you know, stay tuned to the very end of this episode. We're gonna announce a contest, another giveaway. We're gonna announce the winner for this past giveaway.
Oh snap!
Okay, I already got that.
We had a lot of participants too. Shout out to y'all, man. For real.
We out here, you know. We love y'all. Thank you for rocking with us. Now let's get to the show, man. This week, our theme. I wanted to kind of start off spooky season a little. Let's ease into it, right? Let's not just jump in full,
F that.
right, man?
We need a
Oh,
little
shit.
foreplay.
Damn.
Let's just jump into the deep end,
Always
baby.
gotta use a little foreplay.
Hey,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a little foreplay, right? I'm rubbing your clit a little
I'm
bit
not
here.
trying to be that guy,
What?
but I think we gotta change the lights for the season.
Well, it's on my phone, so we're gonna change them next week.
Come on, fair enough. All right.
Okay.
Well,
Should've said that.
I
I know we
mean,
should have thought of that, huh?
You ain't never just walked.
We gotta
in.
keep the orange though, because the orange reflects
The
how
orange, I was
Yeah.
gonna say put these red or like
purple.
yellow. Purple would be yeah, that's
Purple.
would be
Okay,
good.
yeah, we'll change the lights
Purple.
next week for
Come on.
our viewers, right? But this week, I want to talk about the aspect of scary shit that often gets overlooked, and it's the part that doesn't include ghosts and demons and shit like that, right? What is scarier than real life, real people, right? Sometimes those are the most scariest, dangerous situations we've ever been. Things that we can see with our own eyes, without a doubt.
One word:
What?
crackheads.
That's a good point.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, I've there's been some, bro. I remember one time I got punked by a crackhead.
You up here getting told to go to hell and KFC, pwned by a crackhead.
Bro.
What you doing in life, homie?
So it was summer from 8th to 9th grade. Okay, I was working. I lied about my age, and I was working selling newspaper subscriptions, going door to door. Right?
You couldn't do that at that age?
You have to be what 14? I wasn't 14.
15 and a half, I think, is the legal
Something like
working age.
whatever
That's
it was. I was
crazy.
like a year below.
Oh, that's
Right.
crazy. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, and this was like literally like y'all remember you'd walk around and you see those flyers on telephone poles with the strips that you pull and it has like phone numbers.
Oh, yeah.
It's like want to make X amount in a week, right?
Right.
I called, dude answered. Didn't even get interviewed. He was just like, "All right, I'm gonna pick you up at this time." Sketchy as fuck, right?
right, all
So
right,
whatever. I'm surprised my mom let me do this shit.
It's fat.
But no, actually, I think she waited for me like a child, or she waited with me outside
okay.
so she could meet dude, right?
Yeah.
In hindsight, I mean that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
But at the time, I was like, "Mom, I'm a fucking man," you know. This dude picks me up
All 13.
in this rusty ass blue, like it was blue at one point. It's like copper now. It's rusted.
Oh, God.
Like passenger van picks me up, right? And this is like this like middle aged, Latino guy, and this like really short frog looking other Latino guy, right? I don't remember their names. They picked me up, right? And we're just going around. That's what we would do. Like every day was a different city, right? So we go to Fremont, we go stay in Hayward, we go to Oakland,
Right.
Berkeley, Marin. We even went all the way to fucking Marin one day,
Right.
right? And just door to door. They'd give you a map, highlight the route you're supposed to take at 4:30. I'm gonna pick you up at this spot, so make sure you're there, because if not, I don't want to have to look for you. All right. So you go, right, and then for each thing you sell, I think it was like for the Daily Review, it was like $15 a subscription. For like the Argus or whatever local newspaper specific was $10, right? Or maybe it was backwards. I don't fucking know, right? But whatever, I'm making my little money. And I remember I was in Berkeley, right? And I was standing on the car. I had done my route early. I was standing around. This fucking crackhead comes up to me, right? And he's all like tweaking out a little bit, you could just tell, right? And he's like, "Hey man, you got $1?" And I did. I'm like, "All right, yeah, I got $1." So I put my dumbass pulls on my wallet. I have a bunch of cash in there. He sees it. I give him $1. He gets closer. He's like, "You got a 5?"
Ugh.
And I was like, bro, I didn't grow till junior year, mind you.
Yeah.
So I'm small, chunk, and by myself, right? And I'm like, yeah, here's a 5. And then he's like, looks at me. He gets even closer. He's, "You got a 20?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got a 20." I'm fucking leaving, bro. I called dude. I'm like, I'm gonna go to the other corner. Right? Yeah. I remember, dude. Bro, I used to be in hella situations like that working this job, like, cause you were just alone and you had a partner and like you do one side of the street, they do the other. But if they're gassing or they're like slow, you lose each other, right?
Right.
And I remember like dude in charge, the little short frog looking dude. He was a Sureño. He's a gangster, right? And we'd go often to these, and he like bring on a bunch of people from that same gang, right?
Yeah.
So like we'd go like in Hayward, certain areas, it's the opposite gang. This is like Norteño territory. So like I'd always get like punked on or like approached because the dude that I'm with
Just affiliation.
they think I'm with him. I'm like, hell no, like bro, this is my dumbass fault. I was wearing like a blue South Pole fucking hoodie one day in South Hayward, and it's just like, "I know you ain't no scrap." I was like ignoring him. And he kept saying, he said like 3 or 4 times, and then he goes, "I don't like being ignored." And I round the corner like, "Bitch, I'm already out of here." Bro, it was a fucking cul-de-sac. I had to come back out. I was like, "Oh fuck." Bro, they walked up on me like, "I know." I'm like, "Nah, bro." And he's like, "Oh, right, fuck, whatever." Bro, I was
Okay.
low-key scared. I'm not gonna lie, there was a bunch of them.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
But they probably, thankfully, hopefully, was just like, "Oh, it's just an ignorant little kid." All right.
Oh yeah, they were older than me for sure.
Yeah. So it's like, all right, bet. Cool, bye.
Yeah, bro. What about y'all? What can y'all think of any like, or like not situation, but like what are like some real life scenarios that like kind of freak you out a little bit?
Human trafficking scares the shit out of
Human
me.
trafficking.
I feel that. Yeah.
Gotta be aware of your surroundings, man.
Mm-hmm.
Especially nowadays.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Y'all hear about what is it, Ohio? That there's like
What's
Every
going on
fucking
now?
day you go on TikTok.
What's going on now in Ohio? Ohio and Florida. Ohio's trying to be the next Florida.
Ohio is the next Florida.
Shoot.
No,
man.
I'm pretty sure it's Ohio. There's like
yeah,
1,000 missing kids in just like the past month,
Yeah.
You're lying.
and nobody knows where they are.
That's some alien abduction.
like,
That's no, but on the
how-
real.
For every, so that's 1,000 kids. I mean, that's 2,000 parents. What the fuck y'all doing? Like, how do you just lose your kid like so often?
That's a
frequently?
great.
Well,
great
but
question.
some kids gotta walk home from school. The parents working.
Oh, well, that's true.
You know, like it could happen, bro. Like a couple years ago, I feel like
I'm not
right
saying,
here
like,
at the
people
school
who
I
ever
used to go
lost
to Tennyson, they reported some dude was like trying to snatch people that were walking home from school. Like they knew where to wait,
Oh, well, yeah.
and they
Wow.
just opened the van, fucking try to. Luckily, I think it was a girl. She got away. Luckily, right? But that shit just happens, bro. Like,
And this is the time of year where that's gonna escalate too for various reasons. So like for real, y'all like just be careful. Like Joel said, be cautious of your surroundings and all that. But what are you gonna say, Josh? I'm sorry.
Well, I have two responses. One, like the Bay Area is like one of the hot spots like in the country.
Yeah,
Human trafficking.
oh,
yeah.
for real?
Yeah,
Why?
it's
Oakland in particular.
yeah, Oakland
Yeah.
especially. It just I don't
just
know why
is,
it just
yeah.
is.
Maybe because we're so like densely populated.
That's probably it.
Could be.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we just they keep building fucking
Yeah.
apartments and shit.
For
man.
real. Yeah.
And then the second response, something that's really fucked up about that is so like you did you see it on the news or like
I seen it. I seen it on Instagram, but it was a news report. Like somebody
Okay.
just reposted.
because like yeah, that shit's fucked up. But also think about the thousands of people like natives like that live on reservations that have gone missing.
Oh yeah,
And there's no
That was
like,
a big
gets
thing.
no news coverage at all.
Yeah.
there was a story
Yeah.
like
Talking
it
about
was
Native
recently.
American reservation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
people
yeah.
be going missing their hella too.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean like, unfortunately, like that's an easy place because
Unfortunately,
no one gives a fuck, right?
Yeah.
So like it's easy for those people. Same thing with like migrant children, man.
Yeah.
You know, like who are they gonna call? Like parents can't say nothing because then they'll get deported. You know, so
Yep.
that shit is fucking sad. It is scary.
It's twisted and scary.
Because you know, like Uber don't be doing no background checks
Yeah.
on people, so you could have some creep driving, or even like as a passenger, like
you can be the creep.
you could be the creep.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen so many videos of
Yeah,
Uber
like an Uber driver, and then like someone will come in and just like try to rob him or something.
Yeah.
try to rob them
Yeah.
or
like,
yeah,
sleep
bro.
him from behind
Cancel
or some
a
shit.
ride.
Yeah.
But that also could be why the Bay Area is a hotspot because of all like the immigrants and shit.
Yeah, they'll come here. Yeah. I bet
know-
you LA too is
Yeah,
pretty
oh,
bad.
yeah,
LA,
yeah.
You
bro,
know-
LA is even more densely populated than we are, bro.
Yeah.
LA is fucking nuts.
You want to know? This kind of was like surprising, but not. Apparently, Pleasanton, which for y'all don't
What
know,
the fuck?
is like kind of a nicer, like high middle class, mostly white neighborhood out here.
Bunch of
Like
nicks.
it's actually decently high in teenage girl human trafficking. Apparently,
You know,
which
if I
is
had
kind
to
of
guess,
crazy.
if
It's
I had to
like, dang.
guess why, is because it's so historically safe that everybody has a guard down.
Yeah, that must.
If
be
I had to
the
guess.
reason. Yeah, that has to be it for real.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I know
Doesn't
like
sound very pleasant anymore, huh?
Yikes!
And we'll be right back. But like, yeah, no. When I heard that a few years ago, that was kind of surprising for real. Like, but to your point, it must be that because it's nothing else makes sense.
we should
wonder
call the
if that's
episode
a-
Unpleasanton.
I wonder if that's a new thing.
Oh, well,
It's
fairly
just because
new.
like social media and news coverage.
Yeah,
Because like if you think back like to Dublin, like Eileen Micheloff, she was never found. Nobody knows
yeah.
what happened to her.
For real.
And there's been a few others. So I wonder if like it's always been a thing and we just haven't heard about it.
right.
But now because like technology and shit, like news is everywhere.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Or if it's just like a recent thing where yeah, like people are like, oh, nobody's paying attention. Let's just fucking take advantage.
right.
Hell yeah.
Right.
You know? Shit. For me, I think like a real life scenario that scares me is like spelunking.
Yeah.
That shit. You know what
I
that
don't
is?
fuck with
No,
that shit.
no.
So it's
No.
like when you go cave exploring, but it's like the super tight. You gotta crawl,
Oh.
and like you can't even turn around.
So
like you
that's the
gotta
term
wait till
for
you
it?
hit like a.
Oh, yeah, no.
You gotta wait till you hit like a drop so that you can go down and like shimmy your way up to turn around. You can't even
Right.
turn around if you wanted
No, no.
to. Bro, if it rains, you're dead.
Yeah, if they're just a shift in the earth or something to where it just collapses on.
Earth queefs a little bit. You fucking
you don't. Yeah, but I'm sure you can see some amazing places, and that's where they found like a lot of dope artifacts and cave art. So
I'm good, bro. They died a long time
No,
ago.
this is like white people like going in like the tightest
Just curious.
places.
No, I ain't that curious.
There's the people that be wearing them sock shoes. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Them
The
motherfucking
form
little toe
fitted.
shoes,
Yeah, nope. Nah, I'm good. Homie.
Walk around in bicycling gear. They don't even have bikes.
For real.
Yeah, those
nah,
are
I'm
the type
good.
of people that be going.
Nah, man.
Those look kind of comfy though.
No, don't even start, bro.
I'm gonna try it.
You cannot
No,
wear that
please,
out in
bro.
public.
You'll
Don't you
see
dare
me
wear
walking
that
in
in
the
public.
podcast one day with some
Dude,
fucking.
You're
toe
gonna look
socks.
like I'm gonna call you
socks,
Crazy
whatever.
Frog. You know Crazy Frog?
The ringtone.
Bang bang. That's a gas. I used to slap Crazy Frog.
You remember those commercials, man, where you
used
had
to
to go and
slap
buy
Crazy
your
Frog?
ringtones, man?
Yeah,
Good,
yeah.
Yeah.
good times. That's when.
I used to just make my own.
Bro,
Yeah,
Crazy
same
Frog
here,
was so
yeah.
gas. He'd be riding a motorcycle, not even riding a motorcycle.
gummy bear,
He just
bro.
fucking
Gummy
flung.
bear.
Oh yeah,
The gummy
'cause
bear
I'm a
song.
gummy bear. I'm a gummy bear. Yeah, that shit gas.
One
real.
thing that fucking scares me is like, I'd like to like fucking, like, I'd like to like one day like travel solo, like say in Europe or some shit, but like some like hostile type shit where like they know you're fucking not from there, they know you can't communicate with anybody, and one day you just wake up like in a fucking, what was it, like what was it
ice
called?
bath?
Dark box or red room or dark room or whatever.
Oh, Red
Yeah,
Room.
you're
Red
bro.
room. Yeah, and like just some freaks like pain to see you get fucking mutilated.
Bro, the dark
Yeah.
web. I have a couple of stories for a segment later about the dark web, but the dark web, bro, that shit is. I'm curious. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm curious, but I'm also too pussy to actually do it. Like to check it out.
What I've heard is as long as
If you
you're
do-
not trying to buy none or like you just obviously don't give away too much about yourself, you're cool. But I'm like you though. I ain't that curious.
Nah, bro.
Yeah,
like, it
like,
ain't
I
even
don't-
worth
I mean,
it.
obviously, there's ways to be like protected by it, but you just if you look, you're fine.
Yeah,
if
that's
you buy
I've
something, then that's
heard,
how they
yeah.
track you. That's how people would like hack you or whatever the fuck.
Y'all ever heard about the what's it called? There's a level deeper than the dark web. It's like the
The
Mariana
I
web.
think
or
it's
something?
called like super dark web or something like that.
Yeah, like,
Mariana Trench. Yeah,
No, yeah.
I-
No, because they
I'm already.
they
you got me
say
on fucking edge already.
it
Super
is
deep
like
web.
it is like the ocean where like the World Wide Web that we surf is like pretty much the first layer of the ocean, whereas
It's
the
like
dark
the
web
very tippity
is,
tip.
is
The
like
dark-
the rest of the deep ocean, which is insane.
No,
to
but
me.
okay, I forget which one comes after like our internet. There's like a deep web and there's dark web. I think
Yeah.
it's deep web, right?
yeah,
And deep web is mainly just like corporate people using like emails to like communicate with each other. It's not really nothing.
right.
Then there's like the dark web as like another one, and then there's like the Mariana web.
I think I told this story on the pod before. I borrowed somebody's laptop once,
Oh shit!
and
He's already
like
scared.
before, like when they handed it to me, they're like, "Oh, by the way, you see this icon?"
Don't
And he's
click
like,
on it.
they're-
It was Tor, huh?
They are like, "This looks like
Tor browser?
Google Chrome." He's like,
Oh.
"Don't click it. That's the dark web." I'm like, "You know what? I don't even want to use it."
Right, he's like, I'm
use it
good,
anymore. I'm
man.
good, bro."
You got his camera taped down.
He did. That's another thing. Like, you ever sit there and wonder, like, is somebody watching me on my fucking camera? Because I don't keep mine covered.
If I could be real, I think someone is, in a sense, kind of always watching. I mean, at least not to get all conspiratorial, but at least the government, bare minimum. Because I mean, how, like, you know, how in the world your phone know exactly what to advertise to you? How your
No,
phone?
bro, they be listening.
They
'cause
be listening.
I
Oh, yeah, no,
talked
they do.
about
They definitely
something
do
the
be
other
listening.
day with somebody. I didn't even type it in my phone, and I started
Yeah.
getting ads.
Exactly,
For that shit.
right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Like how like for.
Forgot what it
Exactly
was.
for ladies who like do makeup a lot but don't really even search it. Like how do you always seem to get those ads on YouTube, whereas we could be talking about, for instance, Brian, I don't think you've heard the story, but like when I was at my other job doing production, all pretty much 90% Latina women, right? Why did I start getting ads in Spanish?
Come, what the fuck?
Like,
get
bro,
ads in Spanish, too.
but I didn't type nothing in Spanish, never researched nothing in Spanish at all, but yet that would just start popping up on YouTube. At that moment, I'm like, your phone really is listening to you, bro. Because they would constantly play like, Mexican music in the background as we're working, and so I'm like, this don't make no kind of sense.
I remember in film school, I took this class. I forgot. I think it was a documentary class, right? And there was this guy. He was like super like conspiracy, right? I remember. So midway through the semester, we had to present our idea for or pitch our documentary, right?
Right.
And this fucking guy was like, he thought he was killing that shit. First, he thought he was really about to eat, right? He started going into like the government this, they're always watching, right? So he was like, I'm gonna do this super unique thing and make it, but I don't want nobody to know that I'm making it because I can get killed. This and that. He goes, actually, as soon as I start production on this project, I'm going to disconnect my phone. I'm going to break it. I don't want nobody to track me. But if you need to get a hold of me, you can hit me up on Facebook. I'm like, fucking Facebook! Out of everything, Facebook is what you're going to keep?
But you can still hit me up on Facebook. Like,
Oh my God. Bro, I started laughing. And he was like, do you have a question? I'm like, I have a lot of questions, man. What the fuck? The teacher's like, okay, that's enough.
Hey, man, Facebook is the best place to talk about conspiracy theories, man.
Why? Is it?
Because you just go get your MAGA homies and you just...
Look at Nick. That was a good show.
Facebook is a MAGA cesspool now.
It sure enough is, from what I've heard.
Well, not just that, like all the fucking leaks that came out of Facebook, that they're like leaking like your fucking information and shit.
Well, I'm the most uninteresting person. Leak my shit. You're gonna fall asleep.
You ever get those?
I'm a lullaby.
See those emails where it's like, we have a video of you like.
So some fake profile messaged me, right? Maybe like 2 years ago, right? It was a chick. Obviously, women don't fucking talk to me. I knew this was a scam from the start, right?
Dog.
I got it right, and they're like, "Hi, like, sorry, I just want to say you were cute." I'm like, "Cap." So I'm like, I ignored it, right?
You a lie.
And they're like, well, "You want a video chat?" And I was like, "No, thanks," right? And then whatever. And then she started sending me pictures of like my friends. Obviously, she went into my profile. Whatever the fuck. Went into my profile and was just taking screenshots of people I was friends with, and then sent me a picture of a dick that was supposedly mine. It was like, I'm going to expose you. I'm like, go ahead, bro. I'll show anybody my dick, bro. Like, first of all, it ain't even the same color as that. That dick gray, bro. My shit ain't gray.
Who'll be having a gray dick?
You probably.
Those be scary, baby.
Yeah, bro. I don't believe in none of that shit, man. But yeah, spelunking is fucking terrifying to me.
That sounds.
I didn't think that I was claustrophobic until like I started thinking about like situations like that. I'd be like, no, actually that would freak me out. Like that scene in Nope where all those people are being sucked into the fucking alien.
Yeah.
That scene made me a hell uncomfortable. Like hella uncomfortable.
That was so well done too.
Hey, what'd you say?
Bitch.
What's up?
That scene in Nope where they're getting all sucked up into the fucking alien. And it shows them like inside of it and they're just all crammed together. That shit freaks
all
me out.
digesting and such.
Hey Nick.
Wait, what'd you say?
Motherfucker!
No,
Yes, senor.
yeah.
Aside from black people, what scares you?
Wow. Why you gotta lead with that, man?
I just remember you at Regal, bro.
I was the best manager ever.
He wasn't even the manager.
I was the best
was.
manager at Regal.
Hey, basically
Were you a
was.
manager?
No.
Oh.
Nick was chilling.
I mean, I'm afraid of heights.
Oh, me too.
I'm afraid of
Yeah.
crackheads, mostly.
I hear that.
What happened to you that you're so scared of crackheads?
Crackheads are
Dude,
crackheads,
Because
man.
you've talked about them pretty often.
I worked at fucking
Just watch
Food
Breaking
Max in San
oh,
Leandro.
Food Max.
Oh, that's all
Food
you had to
Max.
say.
Oh, that's
Was-
Food
all you
Max.
had to say was Food Max.
That was a
Shoot.
bad idea because everybody was a crackhead or
That worked there?
yeah.
He's like, now that you mention it.
Pretty much half of my coworkers are on something.
That's crazy.
There was one guy who was like actively on meth most of the time. He would
Damn.
talk about that. He wasn't supposed to be. He was arrested for robbing banks and shit.
Oh yeah, you did tell us about that
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
Still trying to figure out how to bank, and I'm like, dude, just fucking stuff it in your mattress.
What the fuck?
But the other thing is just due to the area being like next to Bayfair and next to Hesperian, it's like very ghetto.
That's all you had to say.
So
Was I wrong?
so I would constantly have like it wouldn't be people shopping there, it would just be random people like we had like some sort of mental asylum nearby that they would just release people at times.
John George.
I don't know. I think so. There was this one black guy who would always walk around with a shirt and just like dance in public.
Oh, that's not so bad.
Okay, he's not
so bad.
he's not the
Face
scary
like
ones.
Oh my
Dude,
god,
oh
Nick.
my god, bro!
No,
You say scary ones?
He means tweakers.
I mean tweakers. Tweakers scare me.
Why are you scared? For the most part, they leave you alone.
Yeah.
You can always. I feel. No, I shouldn't say you can always, but like.
But you could probably scare them off.
Yeah, most of the time.
They're
most of
they're
the
like
time.
cats.
we had a few
Crackheads
crackheads.
are like crack.
No,
had
that's bad.
We had a few crackheads at Regal.
It's
We
it's
did?
when you can't
Yeah.
scare them off that it's
Lori.
kind of terrifying.
Oh fuck.
Lenny.
Lenny was
Have y'all ever been around a gun shot like that? You like
Weren't
wasn't expecting?
Yeah.
That shit's hella scary.
Like you're at least in close enough
Yeah, to
proximity
see
to
it,
it.
to see
No,
it. Yeah.
no, not
No.
that close.
There's this one
Yeah.
time, I was at a football game, and I don't know what it was at my school, but there was a lot of like Latino and like or like Mexican specifically and black people like beefing at my school. I don't know why.
That's the thing everywhere.
That's the
Yeah,
thing.
no, but like it was like they took that shit to heart. I
Yeah,
don't know why.
Tennyson too. Yeah.
And there was
At
this
times.
one time, right? And let's say, okay, you're the Mexican people, right? And then the black people are in the car, and we were walking by, right, to drop off my friend's girlfriend. Say we're like a little bit more past, say like 6 feet, right? So we're walking back to the game. And then, but when we first walked by, they weren't there. And when we start walking back, they're like, "You ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna do shit. Pull it out, pull it out." And that was the only way we had to walk back because
Yeah.
the game was that way.
Yeah.
And we were cool with both of them. And they didn't want to go through. My friends didn't want to go through. And I'm like, all right, I guess I'm gonna go through because I was hella cool with both sides.
Yeah.
And I go and I'm like, hey, I'm like, and they like pay attention to me. I'm like, hey, we cool with both sides. We just gonna get through. And they're like, yeah. And literally say the end of the table is like like the ending point at like maybe by like the car's right here, right? Say this is a car, and then we're passing by, and as soon as maybe like 2 steps like passing the end of the table, they're like, you won't pull it out though. And then they pull out a gun, and at the corner of my eye I see the shot.
Oh.
And then they pointed at the ground, but I saw like the spark hit, and we started fucking running, and that shit was just hella scary. And then luckily there was like a police. No, I'm not. I don't know what happened afterwards, but luckily like I don't know. There was like a police close by, and they just came by hella quick, and they saw us running, and they sat us down. They're like, "Why are y'all running?" And obviously we weren't gonna like say because like we go to school with all of them.
Yeah,
And it's like, what the
you're
fuck,
gonna,
yeah. And we were like, we were just racing, and then luckily a fight broke out, and then we just like we all got up like one by one and just walked away. But that shit was hella scary. I had never seen like a gunshot in person or like heard a shot like that, and I saw it like fly by too.
Y'all ever have a gun pointed at you?
Thank
Thank
God, no.
Yeah,
That shit.
Not with like ill intent. No.
I have with my cousin. We look like Sureños, to be honest. We had just a white tee, blue jeans, and we had some Air Jordans, but they were white and blue. And this was back then when like the Border Brothers were like heavy.
Yeah.
And we were going to quinceañera practice on 89th, I think, or 98. One of those. One of those, right? And they pulled up on us, and they're like, y'all scraps and this and that. And we're like, nah, like we just here for quince practice. And then luckily the quinceañera came out, and she knew them, and she was like, hey, y'all need to chill. And then they didn't they let us like walk in, but they pointed out a gun at us.
Oh yeah, they'll do that in the fucking town, bro.
I had an alibi always though. I always said that I was from 92nd and C Street because that was where my grandma lived.
Yeah.
Depending who was asking, you know.
Yeah.
There's somebody I know. I'm not gonna say names.
Puss.
They drive like a fucking asshole. Like they're always speeding and fucking swerving and shit. And some fucking 880 activity. And like so every time I'm fucking like I never want to ride passenger with him. I'm like, if we're going somewhere, I'm like, I'm driving. Like, fuck that. But for some reason this day, I just was like, all right, fucking, you can drive. And he, he's always fucking under the influence.
Hey.
And so I'm always like, just don't get fucking pulled over, bro, because like, whatever. And then that day, I think I fucking like jokingly made that comment, like, because he was high as fuck. I'm just like, don't get pulled over, like, drive chill. And he goes, oh yeah, you definitely don't want me to get pulled over. I'm like, why? And he's like, check under your seat. Bro was fucking riding dirty, bro. I was fucking pissed. Just because one, they're one of my family members, so I'm just like, bro, like what, like, our fucking family is trying to get away from this shit, but this guy, he's trying to fucking always be like, I'm fucking hard, but bro, when I
slap
saw,
him, see if he pulls out a gun on you.
he won't.
Just slap him, they record it and send it to me. That'd be hella funny.
You ever got
Put it in a
chased
cringe
like
bench.
while driving, like someone following you?
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
happened to me hella times.
Ever what?
fucking ultimates,
someone
bro.
following
Like
you.
someone following you, and just because like you passed them up,
Yeah.
like in the open lane, and just because you passed them, they want to start like chasing you.
Yeah.
That's happened to me. Luckily, like I don't know why I love that shit. I get a
Bro, be
rush.
careful, be
I get a
careful,
rush.
bro. Because fucking in Oakland, there's hella like freeway shootings and shit.
Yeah, no, I know. But like this specifically, one time I noticed he was following me, and I was chilling, slapping music. Like it was like more like my chill vibe music, and I had passed him, and then I know he started following me because he speeded up and he passed the red.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me go to the left lane, and he got on the left lane, and then you know where the In-N-Out by Hesperian's at?
Yeah.
And then if you go to Pleasanton, you know the freeway split?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Over by
Yeah. So I was gonna split, right? And then I was gonna go towards Pleasanton, and he followed me, and I went back to the right to go back to Hayward. And he got stuck. And I was hella juiced. I was hella juiced.
No bars.
I was like, let's fucking go. Like that was the rush that I got.
Yeah.
But I was like, I got scared though, because I was like, this motherfucker's really like following
Was
me
it
for a
Charger?
minute. Nah,
Ultima?
it was a Honda Civic.
Fucking Asian.
The Honda Civics are the new, depending on the drivers. The low-key, the Civics be the new Nissan.
Civics, they on
smashing.
demon time always. Bro, I got a gun pointed at me one time. I was outside my girl's house, and it wasn't even that late. It was maybe like 11 o'clock at night. And I get in my car. I used to drive a 92 Honda Accord, remember? The bitch wouldn't even start half the time. It was always like flip of the coin if it was going to start. And I was in there, and this black, I think it was like an Altima, fucking oddly enough, pulls up. So I'm facing, right? And so he pulls up opposite of me. So like us two drivers are together. And he's saying something. Right, and then I'm like, I can't fucking hear him because the music was on, so I lower the window, and then I still don't like, I kind of blacked out because I just seen like him going like this, and he goes like this, and it's like inches from my face.
Shit, that's a kill shot.
Yeah, he went like this, and he said something, and I just look at him, and the only thing I could say is, huh?
Oh,
And then like he just fucking drove away because he thought I wasn't scared of him or something. So he just drove away, and I mean, I sat there for like a cool minute, and I'm trying to process like.
Yeah.
Did that just fucking happen? And I'm like, what the fuck? Bro, because that house is like right at the entrance to the San Mateo Bridge. So there's always like people creeping by trying to steal shit and then they go on the bridge, right? That same car got stolen one time. I remember fucking, and I was pissed because we weren't even supposed to be home that day. We were supposed to be at my parents' house, right? I don't know what happened. I don't remember. Also, she listens, so I don't want to start no shit. But we ended up just being there. So I'm trying to leave, and I come outside, the car's gone. I'm like, what the fuck? Come to find out, someone stole the car. They went to the Burger King that's right at that fucking entrance. You know what I'm talking about, that Burger King on Hesperian? They went there, hit the drive-thru, got on the bridge. Or maybe not, because the car was found the next morning in Richmond. In the middle of a home invasion, and the only reason that they found my car was because they parked illegally while they were in the house, and the meter maid ran the plates came up as stolen because I called right away.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Yeah, and so they must have either came out. They never caught to my knowledge, right? They must have came out, seen the meter maid, or just didn't come out. I don't know. I don't really care. I had to pay several $100s to get my car back out of the impound lot. Even though it was stolen from me. Even though it was stolen from me.
You got to pay to get your
I had
stolen
to
car
pay
back?
to get my own property back that was taken from me.
Storage fee and shit.
Yeah, because it was overnight.
That is the most twisted up.
Yep, it's a scam.
That's
bro.
America for
It
you.
was a scam, dude. And when I got it back, bro, there was cocaine all over the back seat.
Oh,
And the Burger King
Sounds
trash,
like
bro.
such a good
the
time.
cops did not even bother. You would think they would clean that shit up.
at least.
Because I had to wait to get it back because they were going through it to see if there was anything in there
Right.
to identify these guys. And then I guess they did find the video like from Burger King that they went through. They seen my car and shit.
Ignorant.
I'm like, man, y'all
think-
some bitches, bro.
I
Right.
think the only time they like clean it out is when they're gonna fucking auction it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
like
and
the
I
only
would have
time
got pulled over and they would have
Yeah,
had that
yeah.
shit. Then what?
Yeah, I know. That's a good point. Seriously. That's a very good point.
That's some dog shit, man. I
That
hate
is.
thieves.
Yeah.
What about Nano? You got any scary things from Sinaloa?
What the fuck? Nah.
Nothing
I
scary.
mean,
ever
I see
happened?
people. Nah. I see people shooting up all the time, but that's it.
Yeah, I feel that.
That's regular.
That
Oh,
did I ever tell you about that story in San Jose?
that's regular.
What?
Fucking so.
Oh, you
me
say a
and-
lot of shit. I don't
Me
know.
and my boys, we fucking hit this bar, right?
No, we don't.
I get fucking shit faced. So I don't even.
Hate that.
I know what I saw.
So how do you remember, bro?
I got fucking that good ass memory, boy. So we're leaving the club, and we're walking through. You know how San Jose has like hella like alleyways.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
shit?
yeah.
Show
We're
dude.
walking through one of those alleyways, and
Mistake number
fucking
one.
this fucking. But no, it's connected to a parking lot, so it's hella open. Fucking this fucking white smart car, fucking comes flying. Fucking
Throws an
pulls
equation
up,
at you?
dude. Pulls up. Dude gets out the car, fucking pulls out a gat, and he's
In a
fucking-
smart car?
He starts blasting. Yes, that's what.
I
dude,
would have fucking died
I
laughing,
would,
bro.
dude. I was fucking
Literally
stunned.
died laughing.
I was stunned. I stood there like, what the fuck,
Bro, Einstein's
Bro.
fucking blasted you. Come on.
Dude, Kenny was with me. Kenny fucking had to grab me and fucking throw me down into
They were
like,
shooting at you?
a doorway. No, but he was like 3 feet away from us.
But why was he shooting? Just to do it?
No, he was beefing with some dude like at the end of
That wasn't with you guys.
No.
How you
But
gonna be
Y'all were
beefing
just
when you
y'all were
drive
just
a
wrong
Prius?
place, wrong time.
Yeah,
Like,
but I
what?
was like, I fucking was like, I probably got hit by a ricochet or some shit. I was. He pulled up in a fucking smart car. I'm like, what the
know,
fuck?
Maybe he was a commuter. Came from hella far to deliver it.
Hey,
Maybe
gas
he had
expensive,
another-
bro.
He had another place to hit up, so
Crazy.
let me save on gas. You know he's not making any money.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah.
and he could park anywhere with that thing.
Yeah.
You can get in, do your job, get out.
And then
Eh, just-
fucking everybody.
Smart
everybody's
cars?
Who's
scatters.
looking for a Prius? Real talk. Like,
Huh? No, a
who-
smart car. You know what a smart car
It's
is?
like a little clown car.
It's even smaller than
Yeah.
a Prius.
Oh, you're talking about like these smart
Like, it's
cars.
a
These smart car.
Oh, what in the what?
Like a two-seater.
I got you.
And by two-seater, I mean like two anorexic,
Oh no,
maybe.
I
Like,
know
it's
what you mean.
Small.
Like if we drove one. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
And he fucking after he
Exactly.
fucking
Like,
like
how I was trying to pull it up and the
Hey,
car
Nick,
got
get
out.
that shit on deck, bro.
But you got a catalog of cars?
after dude fires off some shots.
Hey, I gotta represent our brand.
He casually
Sponsored by
gets back
Mercedes,
in
by the way.
his smart car
Sponsored by Mercedes.
and just drives off.
Oh, he gets out of it?
yeah.
Well, yeah, he can't aim right in that little thing. He'd be all crazy. Like,
Right? But he just casually drives off. I'm like, what the fuck
He
just
drives off.
happened? And then as we're walking, like we're kind of like rushing out of the alleyway, like a fucking line of cops are coming around the corner, and like fucking raise up and aim at us. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck? I'm just trying to get home.
You
bro.
sobered up hella quick. They killed your buzz. I'd
Right,
be pissed.
dude.
Bro.
Speaking on what the fuck moments, there was this one time in Spanish class. It was we were doing a presentation on a city or on a city and one of the countries you got chosen on, right? And I remember it was Spanish speakers 1. I remember I had joined that class because I was like, I'm gonna take it easy, right? So it was like mixed full of like non-speaking students, and I remember this kid. I think he was Japanese, and he was going to go to present. And right, you're in a Spanish class. I kind of gave you the topic we're talking about. He starts talking about the Hiroshima bomb.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and like
In
we're all
Spain?
just looking around. No, in English.
Oh, okay.
We're just all
He's
looking
like, well,
around.
that'd be kinda cool.
And we're like, what the fuck is going on? We're just like, what the fuck is going on, right? And then it took like the teacher like 2 minutes to get up and be like, all right, stop. And then they kicked him out of class for
What the fuck?
10 minutes. And then I don't know whatever happened to him. I've never seen him again.
What the fuck?
shit.
Yeah.
Hey, the government silenced them, bro.
Dude, he was
Right.
like that fucking kid that ruined the fucking Elden Ring, like award winning.
Oh.
What was that
about
kid's name?
that.
Fucking.
And that's the kid that'd be like, name 10 books. That kid.
Yeah, that kid. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Kid
Name
from
10. He's like, you
Infowars.
read books? She's like, yeah. He goes, name 10 books.
Yeah, she
And she's
could
like,
do
what the
it.
fuck? I'll be like, bro, I've definitely read more than 10
Right.
books. I
Right.
can't name 10
Exactly.
books.
You're
Right.
on the
Like,
spot. You
yeah,
can't fucking think
yeah.
of it.
Where are you, boss?
Psalms, James,
Scary moments.
Proverbs.
Things you're scared of.
I'm just scared of like I said, like human trafficking and shit. I'm scared of like just crazy people, like not even just crackheads, people that just literally don't give a fuck
Yeah, those
because
are the worst kind.
that's just the thing, they don't give a fuck.
Like
and they
that
can-
don't know how to like snap out of it, or like don't have like
or
a
people that just could snap, or people that just like come off hella normal,
Yeah.
and then they can just kind of like do whatever the fuck they want just because they don't. Because you would always say like, oh, no one would do some shit in public, or we're around hella people, but there's that one person that just don't give a fuck.
Right.
And that,
Hey.
I feel like that's why I'm always on edge, because I'm always just like fucking like looking
always
around
high.
and shit.
We were just talking about that. Fucking always be aware of your surroundings. Man.
yeah.
We
Because I
talk
kind of
about like people who just like they seem hella normal. Remember we told the story last year.
Oh. Yeah.
The guy that we worked with.
oh yeah, I remember.
You remember that story?
I remember that story.
For
Yeah.
real.
I
That
never,
was
I
some
never
shit.
met the kid, but I heard everybody's like, "Oh, he seemed like a good kid." Was
He
excited.
did. He
Yeah.
did.
He seemed alright, yeah.
For a new listener, I'll tell like very condensed version because I don't want to retell stories. Long story short, this kid gets hired at the theater we worked at. He's training, and then he never shows up again after that day. Come to find out, he killed an old lady, and then came to work in her car.
That's wild.
What she do to him though?
Dexter,
Bitch.
Uh-oh.
Nah, I guess so. The husband was
They were-
like a military vet or something.
He was out of town.
And he was out of town, but the lady. So to be fair, the kid is not the one that
have an attitude.
bitch.
The kid was kind of there.
He was the
along-
accomplice.
Yeah.
He wasn't the one that orchestrated. It was an older guy that worked for the. He did like landscaping or something
he
for him.
thought the house was gonna be empty.
Yeah, so he convinced this kid. How the fuck they know each other? I don't know. He convinced this kid to break in the house with him to steal the guns. Well, the lady was there. They panicked. They killed her and set the house on fire, with her in it. And the guy took the car, the lady's car, came and dropped this kid off to work, and then went God knows where. And obviously, I mean, they found him, and he's still in prison. I think he's serving the rest of his life in prison.
You
As
know
he should.
what's
Sack of shit.
scary to that though is just
You trust people, bro.
no, just random news of just like, you know, this is what I always bring up, you know, whenever we talk about this, just random news of like that person that you love or someone that you just care deeply about is just gone. Especially if it was like that, because I was thinking like dog, if I was the husband, how could you even get presented with that news that your wife got murdered
Yeah.
and
Strangled,
burned-
I think. Strangled and fucking.
strangled and
burned.
you got robbed, murdered, and then your house burned down. It's like, wait,
By somebody that you
wait,
trust,
like
bro.
what?
Also, I think they were like seniors.
And on top
Yeah,
of
they were
that,
old as
yeah,
fuck, yeah.
exactly. So I'm like past 70 years old, and I'm out of town and I come back to that news. Like, how am I supposed to process that?
Yeah.
You know, like that's
That's some shit, man.
yeah, that's scary to me. It's just the randomness, like you said, of the randomness of people's cruel potential.
But this kid was a sick fuck, man, because he showed up to work, but like ain't nothing happened. Like
Was hella happy.
he was
Yeah.
hella happy to be there,
Uh-huh.
hella chill. Like people were already kind of liking him. Like you could tell he was gonna fit in,
Right.
and he's actually like an actual steaming pile of shit. Who I'm very happy he's spending the rest of his life behind
For
bars.
some people, that shit probably didn't even process to him if he was young enough.
He was 17.
Yeah, so it probably was either.
17? I don't know.
Like
I don't want
maybe
to say
he
the
He
wrong
was a
thing.
minor.
Some
He was a
type of-
minor, but like
But
he
if
got
you're
tried
that-
as an adult.
I was
though.
gonna say,
yeah.
yeah,
As he
something
should.
like that. Yeah, that's insane.
There's this. I'm gonna be very broad with my words. There's this couple that I went to school with, and rest in peace, the girl. I don't know her name because I didn't know them, but I know the guy more. And he seemed like hella chill. Like he was a skateboarder. He was hella nice. And I don't know what happened, but jealousy happened, and he ended up killing his girlfriend. And
Damn.
he I'm gonna just stop there, but he told somebody, and she was like, he was like, you better go to the police and confess. If not, I am. So I wonder, like, yeah, I wonder like what his process was like. Let me tell this person and not confess to,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Right.
I just wanted that was
I
on
think-
my mind. So
When you said that, I was wondering if, like, psychologically, like, that was his way of trying to turn himself in. Like, he just couldn't do it himself. Because, like, why else would you?
yeah, I'll talk about it a little bit more off.
Yeah,
It's very specific. Like
I
if
feel it.
yeah. It's just
That
like
is
you never
scary.
know.
Yeah.
What
That's-
people are capable of.
Yeah, no,
It's like,
for real.
Yeah, like people that
That's the
my-
scariness. for real.
that, like, say if you're going out, like on the weekend, there's people out there that are just looking for a fight.
Yep.
I was at a bar last Saturday.
No.
I almost fucking got in a fight with some dude because it's hella crowded, right?
Get up in a minute.
And this girl, like, I guess rubbed against him, like her back was turned to him, but she kept like bumping into him. And he turned around and he was like getting in her face and shit, like, don't fucking touch me. I don't want to be touched. And I fucking got in. I'm like, yo, you need to calm down. Do you see how fucking crowded it is? I don't want to be touched. I'm expecting to get touched because it's fucking,
I hate people like that.
overcrowded.
Like, when you go to
Right.
places and
yeah,
if you don't know-
and dude, he's holding 2 drinks and he's fucking like talking hella shit, and I'm like, yo, is that your group over there? Just go, like, we don't want problems. Just fucking go. And he's like, oh, we'll fucking run up on you, bitch. We'll run up on you. Dude,
be like, I'm a runner, I'm a track star.
I
Run up on
fucking
me,
wanted
little
to
bitch.
slap his drinks out of his hand, bro. But like, we're in fucking downtown LA, right? I'm running the numbers in my head. I fucking look at his group.
I was thinking about Limitless. He has equations and shit. He's looking at
Exactly. I was writing the numbers in my head. I looked at his group.
yeah.
He had a homie that was like 6'4", like fucking kind of built. I fucking looked at the group I'm with. I'm like, nah, bro. Like,
Nerds.
and also we were there for this girl's fucking like
in a
birthday
smart car.
party. I didn't want to fucking be that guy that ruins her birthday party. So I'm like, yo, I gotta go outside. I'm gonna go fucking. But like, I don't know if he when we walked in, because it's like kind of a restaurant and downstairs it's like a fucking club. When we walked in, they didn't check nobody. Like, I could have had a knife on me. He could have had a knife on him. I could have fucking had a fucking gun on me. Like, what the fuck? They didn't check. They didn't pat us down. They just checked IDs. And I'm just like, I'm in LA. I don't fucking,
No, it'd be like.
But I had to hold myself back. Like, it was fucking.
Bro, me too. One time, this little person, he was trying to fucking start some shit with us. On God, I'm not even joking. Bro, we were at a concert. We were at Maybach music concert. And me and my cousin, we were a front row.
Maybach music.
Dead ass, bro. Like, I was
gets more
juiced.
and more
Bro,
random.
Meek Mill had just
What
dropped
cousin?
Dreams and Nightmares. Like, I'm juiced, bro, right?
Who'd you go with?
Anthony.
Santana?
Come on.
We were in the front row, right? And there was this. I remember this guy was trying to dance with
I
like
remember you telling me this. Oh
there's
my
like-
God.
I don't know, this regular sized girl, right? And like he was trying to grab her, but like, right, whatever. And she was like telling him to get off of him, right? And so then I told him something. I'm like, hey, maybe you should just, right? And then he's already like pissed off because he like can't see. He's trying to push his way up. I'm letting him get in front of me. I'm just trying to be nice. This was like fucking mad because I told him something about the female, and he's like, right? And then me and my cousin's just like, what the fuck is this, bro? Like, what do I even do? Like, if he hits me and I smack him, I'm gonna send him flying. So like, what am I gonna do?
Beach balls has.
Hey, crowd surfing in the back of his ass out of here.
Joel, what you do is you just put your hand on his
I
head.
thought about that, but I wasn't trying to be fucked up.
No, but like
I did think about that.
It's either that or he wails on you.
But with that though, honestly, like you guys know the rap group Ghetto Boys.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. For those of y'all who don't know, maybe like one of the members, he's a little person.
Yeah.
Bushwick Bill, and one of the other members, like he was like on like let's just say it was like another interview right on YouTube, and he was like honestly. And the member who's talking, he used to be a boxer, like tough guy, pretty good sized built. He was like, honestly, the things I've seen Bushwick Bill do taught me that size don't mean nothing, so I was like just thinking, like running through my imagination and to the point of like people's potential, like you really, really can't underestimate nobody out here.
Especially nowadays. It's gotten worse, man.
Yeah.
They got fucking sharp teeth. You gotta watch your ankles.
Imagine they curl up your short legs. When you wear a short, they curl up inside.
Like that scene in The Mummy or something with
Yeah,
the
brother,
scarabs.
just but that's a nice tie-in. Not about the little person, but like,
So speaking of little people,
just
Nice little tie-in.
we got love for everybody.
We got love for everybody, man.
We're just.
But I will pick you up and put you in my pocket. Calm the fuck down.
Well, all right.
But so we took a poll. Basically, I say questions we just answered, right? Just what is the scariest situations you've been in? Real life situations, could be with people and whatever, right? Just something real that's happened to you,
Right.
And I wasn't expecting to get much because sometimes a lot of these stories it could be a little you don't want to talk about them, whatever. So
don't want to bring up.
We got just a couple, but that's okay because right after this we're gonna do our a spooky edition of Reddit on Reddit, and I got some stories that people have shared on Reddit. Okay, but let's do our listeners first.
Yeah.
So this one, nice long one here.
Ooh.
The scariest situation I've ever been in was thinking I was going to prison. That's a fucking fear of mine too. It's getting framed for something and you can't prove your innocence.
Right.
That's fucking scary.
It actually happens a lot too.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
My cousins and I were on our way to Las Vegas. All right, I can already see where this is going. The cousin that was driving was going slightly over the speed limit, and just our luck, we get pulled over. We were literally 10 minutes away from the hotel. The van stunk like weed. This was way before legalization of any kind, and Nevada was a no-tolerance state, which meant that even a doobie will get you jail time. The officer pulled me out of the van, and I started shitting bricks because it was a rental and it was in my name. That's why I'm so hesitant to let people use my name for anything, bro. And like nothing against you, it's just like anything can happen, bro.
Exactly.
That's
exactly the reason.
Yep. He asked me if we had drugs in the van, and don't lie because he can smell the weed. So I asked, but whatever. I panicked and said, I don't know. He looked at me and said, what do you mean you don't know? I told him we smoked on the way up there, so there's probably a couple of doobies in the ashtray. Here's the deal. We had tons of drugs in the car. Weed, coke, Molly. One cousin even had heroin. Y'all were fucking gassing.
That sounds hella fun.
This y'all?
Bitch, that was anonymous.
I wish.
If it was not, I would have been fentanyl. He loves fentanyl.
They had the whole starter.
I would have
kit
been
with
nodding
them,
off in the back. Man.
That's why they
He's
call
the driver.
He's a driver. He got pulled over in the fucking middle of the desert thinking he was on the fast lane.
I'll give the cop $1 bill.
He thought he was at a red light. He just stopped in the middle of a lane of traffic.
Checking both sides.
On some Cheech and Chong shit. He's a fucking... he gave me a skeptical look and then asked if anyone in the car was sober enough to drive because we were all very clearly high. The cousin that was driving said that his girlfriend was the most sober. She wasn't. and he told us to drive to the nearest casino's parking lot and to wait there until we sober up. He threatened to take us all in and tow the van if we left before then, and that he'd be patrolling the area, so don't test him. First of all, the cops hella cool for that.
Yeah.
No, honestly.
Yeah. We spent an hour in that van sweating bullets, and not because of the heat, because we pulled out of the parking lot to our hotel. Oh, before we pulled out to the parking lot of our hotel. Oh, and by the way, that day was my birthday. Fuck, hey. That's crazy, bro. See, that's the thing, bro. I'm not gonna say names because I know this person I'm about to talk about. Listen to the show. I don't even know if they realize they did this. I was driving one day. It was a bunch of us. I had no idea this idiot had a 40 open in the front passenger seat of my car. I was smashing. I'm not gonna say from where because I don't want them to piece it together. Just know, I was smashing on a windy ass road, and there's always cops there. I didn't know until I dropped this person off, and they grabbed it. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, that shit is mad disrespectful. That shit pissed me off. It pissed me off for real. Like, oof. Next story. The scariest I could think of is a time when I got off the bus around 6-7 p.m. and it was dark, and in the bus there was a crackhead. Nick, you gonna be okay?
I don't know.
This is where it gets insane. The crackhead was talking shit and then points to me and says my neighbor's going to die, and then points at someone else and said they have the most evil spirit and all this stuff. And next day, one of my neighbors actually died. Oh, that fucked. That would fuck with me. For real. That's terrifying. Coincidences are scary. Oh, he might have fucking killed her. I don't know. But
I would have looked at it as something else, but
what are you gonna look at it of?
No, I'm Kyrie Daniels. Let's go.
Black magic.
This next person just said that's racist.
Black magic's supposed to be not bad, right?
It's the
Black
it's
magic
the
is the
opposite.
white
Nah,
magic
it's
is the
real.
one that ain't bad.
It's real.
Black
That's
magic
racist.
is real. Brown magic in
Really?
between.
Oh, brown magic ass.
That's what I call you, baby.
This next one says, his little giggle. Sleep paralysis. That shit's scary as fuck. Sleep paralysis. I recently, maybe a couple weeks ago, had sleep paralysis for the first time since I was a kid. And
I'm so proud of you.
I don't know if I told this, if I just told you guys. I might have told you individually.
No, you told us.
On the show I told you guys?
I don't remember if it was before we recorded or.
Oh yeah, you did
during
tell me.
recording.
No, I think you. I'm pretty sure you did, but there was a lot of sleep paralysis stories.
Oh, that's
from last
true.
year.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Well, this was recent, so this wasn't from last year.
No,
Oh,
yeah, this I think
okay.
it was the first week we were back.
Yeah, I don't know if I told the story or not, but I'll tell it again because it fits. Recently, I was asleep, and I know I was like at a party or something in my dream, but like I was aware that I was dreaming, and I started to not be able to breathe. And my kid, her head was on my head, right? Which she does, so I had to move so I could feel like I could breathe. At this point, like I'm aware that I'm sleeping. I feel like I can see myself sleeping, or like I can just see nothing. Like, you know, when you close your eyes, you just see nothing. Like, I can see that, and I know that I'm like at least somewhat awake. And I'm trying to say, Sophia, watch out. Sophia, watch out. I can't say it, and I'm starting to freak out a little bit. I'm like, what the fuck? And then my breathing starts to get harder and harder, and I'm like, feel like I'm choking. And I'm like, fuck, what am I gonna do? I started like sweating hella, and then I'm like trying to say like, Sophia, move, right? And I couldn't tell if this was real or not, but I grabbed my kid's hair and fucking yanked her off of me, right? But I think I'm 100% sure it was in a dream, because finally when I was able to speak, I said, Sophia, excuse me, and like she just moved, right? And if I would have yanked her, she would have been all pissed off and would have said something about it, just because I know how she is.
What if you were lucid dreaming?
I don't know, bro. It was weird though. Like I couldn't fucking breathe. And that shit scared me. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Bitch. But yeah, that's that. What else I got? I got one more. Scariest thing you've seen. My sister's friends stuffed their dog. He was a little old dog when he died, and they stuffed him. Now it's in their house like a teddy bear.
No.
On some Coraline shit.
No, bro, no.
That's a thing people do though.
Yeah, it is a thing.
It
That's called
is.
taxidermy.
Taxidermy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
taxidermy. Yeah.
That's weird, bro.
That's weird.
Would you stuff Luna?
Sorry if anybody does it.
That's hella sad.
Right?
I
That's
gotta be
worse, I think,
reminded
than just
about
letting
I'd
them
probably
go.
just rather have her ashes and put it
Yeah.
in something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice
yeah,
little
yeah,
plaque.
Huh?
Nice little plaque with
Yeah.
some ashes.
Maybe
An
a
award for
photo or
living,
two.
yeah.
Right.
We send like our dog's ashes to like his dog like graveyard, and like they send us like a picture of like the plaque and shit. And I'm like, I'm sure like it could be a fucking scam. I wouldn't be surprised, but it fucking
I hate to break it to you, that
kinda-
place doesn't exist.
I know, but hey, but in my mind it's like, all right, cool, she's in a cool spot.
I would just.
I
keep
got
'em.
closure right there. That's kind of to have your dog like.
You paid for that, huh?
I don't know. I didn't.
Oh,
I feel like it also kind of depends what position it's in. Like if it's on all four, that's creepy.
you just sitting there like.
Yeah.
Imagine you come out you come out. You're hella fucked up when you come home. Doesn't. You're like, oh shit! That would scare the
If
shit
it's
out
like
of me.
in sit position, that's alright. But I feel like if it's in the position where it's sleeping, that'd be hella cute, and it'd just be in the corner.
Oh fuck!
I would-
Because
dude.
my eyes would play tricks on me that the bitch is breathing.
I would want to get it like mid jump, like it's sitting on
Going like this
behind legs.
on two legs.
He takes pictures. He takes pictures with these like
What about with his legs crossed? Let's see.
sound like a
Little
human.
popper.
You put a newspaper in his head.
Get your dog dabbing.
Bro, you put your dog on the pool table like that painting.
Oh,
You get your dog molded to like look like he's holding something. You can put the wine bottle in there.
Oh come on, the wine holder. That's gas.
Dude.
You put an ashtray. You can smoke with your dog now.
Your dog holding that.
Come on, that's gas. Man, that
Make
ain't creepy.
Make a table out of it.
Oh,
Oh.
No, that shit is creepy.
No, that went too far now.
Like you just take the torso out and then you just put like
Nah,
a bed
that's
and then you just
beyond
put the head
limit,
attached to the table with the real dog legs as the legs.
Nah, bro. That's
I'd make them into
that's
boots.
dark, bro, right there. That's too deep.
With the tail.
make it into boots.
I'll make them into moccasins.
Come on.
Oh, that's a cute.
Bro, I used to have puppies sleep on my feet,
You look like a moccasin.
and it felt hella good. So I was like, if you ever piss me off, I'll make you some moccasins. Bro.
That's a cute.
Hella
fluffy
warm.
pillow.
Puppy moccasins.
Where'd you get it? Oh, that's Rover, bro.
I can get you one.
I got another dub about to does soon. That bitch hella old.
Shallows.
Ah man.
Shout out to Rocky.
Yeah, shout out to everybody. Man, fuck you.
I fucking love Rocky. He just smells.
He just smell. He on his way out too though.
I know. Shit.
Yeah.
They smell like Fritos.
That motherfucker.
He
on his
do
way.
though.
He do.
Can I get some chili?
Yeah. So
Boy, what the fuck you want?
Can I get some chili free?
we yeah. So thank you everybody who shared. You know, for those of you who are too shy to share, it's all good. I
still
know this topic might be a
appreciate you.
little sensitive, so we good. We good.
We just appreciate the listen for real.
Yeah, and you know what? We got some shit for y'all to read, anyways. I went. I spent some time in Reddit, different subreddits. You know, getting people's stories together. So here's some. I'm gonna open with the two longest ones, but I think that they're pretty good and they're pretty creepy. So
do it,
bear
then.
with me. They are pretty long.
No, we're
but
good.
let's get into it.
Then we can
I'm gonna
say if
split
they're
this up.
cap or not. 'Cause, you know.
They could be. I mean, it's Reddit, right? We never know.
Exactly.
But
Cap or fat?
but you know, especially the second one, I don't think it's cap. But this first one could be. But I think it's real enough, and these are things that I think about.
Yeah.
All right, so
No,
let's just dive
100%.
into it.
Let's get it.
So, here we go. Growing up in Arizona, myths and legends are a part of life. Native traditions, mystic places, vortexes, UFO abductions, and dozens of other stories of the unknown that I have always found fascinating. I grew up spending a lot of time wandering around the desert and the mountains, hunting, camping, etc., so I felt very home in the wilderness. One late spring day, on one of my many hiking adventures, I wandered off the trail and after several hours came upon a small group of old mud adobe houses. A few people heard me coming and came out of the houses to investigate. And after apparently making the collective decision that I was not a threat, one of the elders, dressed in an old-style native clothing and a headdress, came over to greet me. The man spoke slowly and told me that I had wandered onto a Navajo reservation and asked me if I was lost. When I told him no, I was lost, but intentionally, he chuckled and invited me in to eat with his family. The next several hours were one of the great experiences of my life. The whole thing was like being thrown back in time. While we ate and talked, others from surrounding houses began coming over to join us, and I got the feeling that they didn't get many outside visitors. We shared stories for hours about life, family, their history in the area, and time spent in the wild. And the longer we talked, the more they opened up and the more interesting the elders' stories got. Throughout the time, there was one man who never spoke. He just sat out of the circle listening and watching. At one point, I told him I did what I called my walkabouts every year around September, where I would go out by myself into the wilderness for 2 to 4 weeks at a time. And this got the attention of that one silent old man. When I finished, he came over to the circle around the fire, sat directly on the ground in front of me, and asked me to join him on the ground. He told me that years ago, he used to do the same thing, and went on to tell me about the canyon that he went to. He described it as a dangerous but magic place, and that I would see the world differently if I came back. I thought it must be for dramatic effect. When he finished, he invited me over to his room and fuck me. No, I'm just kidding. He invited me over to his home. And the house was small, and through an open door in the back room, I could see it was filled with various animal pelts, coyotes and wolves mostly. He walked over and closed that door, then picked up and handed me an old map with some written directions that seemed like he had been holding on to them for a long time. He just walked away into that back room and closed the door behind him. It was late, and one of the families had invited me to stay the night, which I gladly did. The next morning, as I prepared to leave, one of the old women came over to me with something in her hands, handed me a talisman, and simply said, "Dip your bullets in the white ash at the hottest part of the fire," and just walked away. September came, and as I packed for my walkabout, I saw the talisman in a drawer, and something just felt right about taking it with me. After a beautiful drive, I was very happy to find the Forest Service road marked on that old map. The entrance to the area was remote and overgrown, and tough to get to, even in my Jeep. It took me much longer to get to than expected, so I decided to make camp and start the hike in the morning. After a few hours on the trail that looked like it had been forgotten, I came to a stream and the entrance to the secret valley. It was a narrow crack on the tall cliffs, about 4 feet of water running gently through, but too narrow for a kayak or a canoe. I hoisted my gear over my head and began to wade sideways through the chest-deep water. The crack in the cliff seemed to go on forever, but after almost 2 hours, I came to the place where it opened up into a small lake in an incredible valley surrounded by tall rock faces. This may have been the most remote place I have ever been, in the sense that there was no sign that people had ever been there. No trash, no bullet casings, not even evidence of campfires. My first night there was the quietest night I have ever spent in the wild. No birds, no frogs, not even crickets. But I didn't feel like I was alone there. In the morning, after breakfast, I headed out on my first exploratory hike to explore my new home for the next couple weeks. After being stalked by a mountain lion on a hike about 10 years ago, I make a point of now bringing a pistol with me when I'm out wilderness hiking. After some looking around, I found a narrow path that appeared to be a game trail that led up to the side of one of the cliffs towards what looked like caves from the canyon floor. I made my way up to them and came upon an entrance that was much larger than it appeared. I made some noise to alert any possible animals that I was there and made my way inside. The cave was an expansive single chamber that went back a couple 100 feet. As I walked, I inspected as much as I could see with my light. But there was no tracks of any kind of the dirt besides mine, so I decided I was alone in there and pushed towards the rear of the cave. As I came around the last bend of the cave and approached the end, my headlamp panned across a large pile of bones. Some animal, some human, and a very old-looking small candle sitting on a natural stone shelf. That would scare the shit out of me.
I'm like, nope.
That's that candle itself.
I'm like, all right, I'm good.
This is the first thing that has scared me in as long as I can remember. But focusing my wits, I remembered that there was no other tracks in the cave and figured it was all from a long time ago. I was still a little uneasy as I exited the cave and was ready to get back to camp. As I came out into the light, about 75 feet away, there was the largest wolf I have ever seen. That looked like it was coming down from a standing on its hind legs. So it's like kind of dropping down on to its all fours. It dropped down to all fours on a rock and just began staring at me. Not growling or baring its teeth, just staring. I pulled out my .45 and fired 2 shots to the side of it to scare it away, but it didn't even flinch. Not only have I never seen a wolf in this part of northern Arizona, but I have never seen a wild animal that didn't at least flinch at the sound of a gunshot. We both stood there staring at each other for a moment. I turned and sat my backpack down to grab my binoculars to get a closer look, and when I turned back, the wolf was gone. I made my way cautiously down the path towards the camp. I've encountered wolves before, and it's usually not the one wolf you can see that should worry you. It's the ones that you can't. So I was extra cautious for the return trip. Back at camp, I made sure my gun was fully loaded and got my recurve bow strung just in case the wolf came back. I have seen plenty of predatory animals in my adventures. It's a part of being in the wilderness, so I wasn't too worried. Just prepared myself the best I could and went over to the lake to go fishing. Within about 20 minutes, I caught 2 of the biggest brown trout I have ever caught. So I decided to stop fishing for the day and take a swim. Back at camp, I made a fire, cleaned my trout, and made dinner while the sun went down. As soon as the sun went down, all the life in the canyon seemed to go silent again. As I pulled... My bad. I made a clean my trout. Okay, as the sun went down, all the life in the canyon seemed to go silent again. As I put out my fire and prepared for bed, I noticed there was a small flicker of light coming from the area where the cave I had explored earlier up the cliffside, which didn't make sense. It was a moonless night. The stars don't reflect that way. It could have been the candle I had seen, but it was too old and wouldn't have burned that bright. I decided to keep my gun close and try to get some sleep. I would investigate the cave again the next day. When I woke at sunrise, there was a haze along the ground throughout the whole canyon floor, but as the sun rose, it disappeared quickly, and the area came back to life. I made my breakfast, gathered my gun and bow, and headed back up towards the cave. When I reached the entrance, I saw there was still no tracks beside mine around the entrance and decided to push up the hill further. Just a little further up, I came upon the entrance to another cave. Much smaller than the first one. There was a small flat landing with a large, heavily twisted juniper tree that, to my absolute surprise, had many small objects hanging from the thin, odd-looking ropes tied to the branches. There were bones, and there were also old things definitely made by humans, and looked like they were Native American artifacts. Thinking I might have found a spot where the old man I met on the reservation had stayed when he was there decades ago, I went into the cave. I just know he white, bro.
That's what I was thinking this whole time.
I just know he
like,
white
this
as
is the
hell.
whitest story I've ever heard.
Well, it is Arizona.
Yeah, touche.
This cave was much different than the first one. Just a few feet in, I noticed the walls were covered in what looked like ceremonial cave paintings. I would have fucking left when I saw that candle the day before.
The facts, for real.
Just as I pushed further back, the cave got dramatically colder. Much colder than it should have been. And the walls were completely covered with the paintings the entire way. When I reached the back of the cave, I was not prepared for what I saw. There was what looked like an old altar made of wood and bones.
Bye.
As I looked around, I saw that a little before the back of the cave, there was another shaft in the ceiling that went up, and on the ledge, about 25 feet up, sat the small figure of what appeared to be a woman. She was small and pale, and her face painted white. Bro, this is some fucking like midsummer shit, bro.
And you're still curious? I'm like, no, I'm
She was.
good.
Here's this part that scared me. She was wearing something like a crown made of woven branches with 2 small antlers on the front.
Nope.
That is some hereditary shit, my guy.
Nope.
I stopped and stared for a few minutes, and the figure did not move, so I assumed it was mummified remains from a long time ago. Not wanting to disturb a burial site, I turned to walk back out the cave. But when I began to walk, I heard what sounded like a faint voice in an unknown ancient language. I instinctively turned back towards the figure, and it was gone. I was immediately terrified and ran from the cave as fast as I could to get out, but my headlamp flickered and died. I made my way out, feeling along the wall to find my way, and the whole way I felt like there was something just right behind me. When I saw the first light from the cave entrance, I sprinted towards it. Just before I made it out, I looked back and there was nothing, so I slowed down, but I could still hear that faint voice, and the volume had never changed. That's scary, because that means that bitch was right behind you the entire time.
So it was like a girl with like a pale face and antlers.
He said it was like an old ass bitch. her face was painted white, and she had like a crown that was made out of like branches and had antlers on it. That's fucking scary.
Maybe that's just their native religion. Y'all be being fucked up. This sounds like some Abrahamic propaganda.
No, but
This shit is scary. But okay, so the volume never changed. When I got outside, all the bones and artifacts hanging from the tree were gone. I ran down the path as fast as I could, headed back to my campsite by the lake. Just as I reached the floor of the canyon, I noticed a large wolf at the tree line to my left, but this time it stayed standing upright on its hind legs. I stopped running, hoping not to initiate its predatory response to chase me, and again, it just stood there staring at me. I reached my campsite safely and immediately began packing up. It was too late in the day to make it out before dark, and I did not want to make that hike out at night with all that was going on. I moved my tent so it was back up against the canyon wall by the crack in the cliffside, so I didn't have to worry about anything sneaking up behind me. I built my fire much larger, and I knew I wasn't going to get any sleep that night. Just as the sun was going down, I began to hear noises coming from the trees, and I felt like I was being hunted. Finally, in the last light of day, I saw the wolf slowly walking around by where the path led out of the trees and began to slowly walk towards me. This time I drew my gun and fired towards the creature, intending to hit it. And while I saw a couple hit the dirt around it, several bullets hit it. Several rounds from a .45 would at least slow down anything I've ever encountered, but this giant wolf just kept walking towards me like nothing happened. I continued to fire at it until the inevitable click of an empty magazine. I reached down and fumbled around my backpack, looking for other magazines to reload. As I lifted it, the talisman the old woman gave me fell onto the ground. I picked it up and put it around my neck and immediately remembered what she told me. Dip your bullets in the white ash. I looked around. I didn't see any backup magazines, so I grabbed my bow, pulled an arrow that was tipped with the hunting broadhead, and dipped it into the white ashes, drew and fired. I hit the creature just in front of its right hip, and it let out a noise somewhere between a growl and a person screaming that made my blood curdle. I can hear that noise in my head to this day. It immediately turned and ran back to the trees, and in the flicker of the fire, I saw that small woman with the antler crown standing there waiting for it. They both retreated into the trees, and for the rest of the night, I could hear the same faint voice I had heard in the cave. I spent the night outside of my tent. Why? As awake as I have ever been.
But yeah, you didn't pack?
He did. He said he's packed up already. He's just waiting for the sun to come up so he can dip, because it was too dark, and like he'd have to cut through like a river and shit at night.
Right, that's true. Touche.
Yeah. But no longer afraid, and at dawn finished packing up so I can get out of that canyon. The next spring, I went back to the small group of houses on the Navajo reservation I had found the year before. I was wearing the talisman as a necklace, and the first person to greet me was the woman who had given it to me. She ran up and gave me a big hug. "You heard me," was all she said. I asked the group about the man who had given me the map, as I was desperate to talk to them about my experience to see if I can compare it to his. They told me he had disappeared shortly after I had visited them for the first time, and he had not been back. Strangely, when I tried to tell them what happened to me, no one would let me tell the story. We all once again sat and shared other stories of life in a meal. Before I left the next morning, I found the old woman who gave me the talisman and offered it back to her. She smiled and told me I had a good heart, then just closed my hands around it, telling me to keep it to watch over my next walkabout. I went back to that small village on the reservation several times over the next 10 years or so until I moved to Oregon. But they never let me tell them what happened. I never went back to that canyon, and while curiosity sometimes gets the best of me, I don't think it ever will.
But it did this whole story, apparently. So
First of all, I'm not scared of nature, but I'm scared of nature. Like remote ass areas like
No, I
that,
hear
you don't
you.
know what the fuck is out there.
Exactly.
Who is out there? You know what I'm saying? Like
it's the unknown that you're scared of. Yeah.
Yep.
And
Bro,
The hills
me.
have eyes.
Yeah.
no dead ass though.
For
Like,
real.
Of the eyes.
that's hella scary,
That
bro.
old
Like,
dude was fucking Nightwolf, bro.
well, that's what I was gonna ask. Like, what do you think? He saw. So the story's called "I Think I Saw." I think I met a Skinwalker.
Okay.
And which makes sense that that's what these people thought it was, because you're not supposed to talk about it, because then you attract them. And then I was reading the comments on that Reddit post, and there was a few people that were saying like they probably never. She probably let you keep that talisman because they knew you were gonna keep talking about it, and you were gonna keep attracting, so it would help protect you.
That's interesting.
So I don't know, but that shit is scary, man. Like remote, like the desert. Bro, I don't think I'll ever have the urge to go visit and just walk, like hiking around in the desert, bro. There's so much shit out there that who's even like out there keeping tabs on these things, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
There's like a town down near
Pound Town.
down near Joshua Tree where it's like
Places like that scare me.
yeah, there's like no law, no nothing, just like
Just like unincorporated areas of counties that there's no need to go check on them. You know, places like Indian reservations where like they're not allowed to go, and who's gonna fucking report these things?
What if dude was like like Night Wolf, like a shapeshifter, and he was the wolf, and he was like, hey, if you go here, if you survive it, it's gonna be like a great experience. What if he was just invited him to like an orgy?
Him and the old lady.
Yeah, he's like,
Come
"You some
on.
freaky
That old lady
shit.
ain't been broken into in hella
Me and my
long.
old
bro.
lady, we're gonna go hit this
Come
cave."
on.
His literal old lady is about to.
She got that crown. She got
Even
queen
if that was
pussy,
made
bro.
up, that would be like a cool movie,
Yeah,
like a short film.
I
Yeah.
was thinking the whole time like this would be a dope movie if you just
It's
twisted
fucking
something.
scary, bro. Like,
Yeah.
just the simplicity of it, though. Like, it's super quiet. First of all, I sound like a pussy this episode, bro. But like, silence is low key scary.
No, you
to me.
are.
Nah, bitch. Silence is scary to me too.
bro. When you're like out in Tahoe, like in the snow,
Fuck
and
that.
you just fucking, you're like, hey, just listen, and you don't hear shit.
That's
And
scary.
it almost feels like your ears are
Yeah.
like muffled, like
Yeah, bro.
That's hella
Darkness,
relaxing.
remoteness. But remember when we went to Mexico in December and we went up to that remote ass hotel?
Yup.
Wasn't that shit genuinely scary?
That shit was hella scary.
Bro, so my fucking dad doesn't know how to pre-plan anything, right? Despite him being in Mexico a whole month before us, right? We go, so we booked this hotel, right? I didn't want to stay in no raggedy hotel, so I paid for the first hotel, and it was nice, right?
Yeah, that shit was nice.
It was nice. The second hotel, I couldn't book it for 2 nights because it was only available for 1 night. So he booked the other one. Cheap as that he is, booked a hotel that could sleep, like 15 people in one room. Sounds like an orphanage to me. But whatever, right? It kind of looked like it, huh?
Yeah,
It fucking looked like it when we got there. So whatever. The pictures make it look hella nice, right? I'm like, oh, okay, that's actually a pretty good deal, right?
Yeah, like good job, Dad. Yeah.
So this is the day that we go up to the mountains, right, to go see the monarchs. They migrated, right? So there's millions of monarchs up
Oh
there.
dang.
So
that sounds beautiful.
it's hella far out though. So to get back, right, like we left with plenty of sunlight. It still got dark, so we don't know where this hotel is. It's back in town though, right? But the town itself is in the mountains, right?
Oh, wow.
We were still going up way past the town. It took us a cool 45 minutes to get just straight up into the Sierras, right? It's pitch black at one point, and me and him are in the back of the pickup truck, right? And
That's okay.
we can't see nothing besides the reflection of my dad's brake lights and the dust that's kicking up because it's just dirt.
Wow.
I don't know why this part in particular scared me so much, but we come around on a tree, there's an altar, and it's lit up, and that's the only light for miles. Just that one altar.
No, I'd be scared of that too.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, someone purposely goes and like make sure it's like that's lit up.
Yeah.
Like so we're just it's kind of like if you're so you guys can envision a little bit more. It's like if you're swirling up the mountain, right? And all you see is dark and the brake lights, right? And his dad was smashing, so all we saw was just dirt, and then we hit this corner, and then it's just lit up,
yeah.
and we're like, what the fuck?
Just an altar, though.
It makes
Yeah.
me think of like the light on 580, like when you're going into Dublin.
What?
You know how on the side of the like if you're going into Dublin on the right side on the hill, there's that like angel.
Oh yeah. I think it's an owl house or whatever.
No,
But no, I know what you're talking about though. Yeah.
My grandma actually knew the lady that used to live there.
Oh okay.
But she passed away a couple years ago, so her daughter lives there.
Yeah.
That sounds hella fun. I would love to be in that.
What?
That
Back
does
of
sound
that
pretty.
truck.
that
It was
does sound
hella
pretty
fun
dope.
for the
Yeah.
most part,
Driving
but
at night, 'cause that shit sounds hella creepy.
but that night I was genuinely scared, bro. Like my kid was in the car, like my girl was in the car, like everybody, like, and that road, huh? It was only wide enough barely for us. So it had somebody else could have easily been waiting for us, came down and done who knows what.
Like
Right.
bandits
And
and shit.
especially because
Like beat
somebody's up there because somebody goes up there to light that altar.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
And then the next morning when we're leaving, there was no houses there. So where the fuck was this person coming from?
Yeah.
Right?
Dang.
It was crazy.
And then we get there, we finally get to like the hotel, and it's like pitch black, and it's not what the pictures showed, and it legit looked like an orphanage. It really did.
Damn.
And we were just waiting like at least like another like 15, 20 minutes for the
Yeah, the innkeeper wasn't even there, bro. Well, we could not find this person to check in. So we were sitting there in
like,
an
"I don't even
empty
stay
ass
there."
parking lot. Luckily, there was light when we got there. There was one light, like from the main hotel, but there was no sound. Like I didn't think nobody was even. There was maybe one other car, but the hotel itself is big.
Was there no like employees?
There was no. We couldn't find nobody.
What the fuck?
And we were just there, huh? And then, so it was like at this like opening, right? And it sat on a cliff. So all around you is just open space. It's a cliff and forest going down it. Now, if you look further up the mountain in the distance, you can see lights. There's houses.
Yeah.
But where we were at, there's nobody there. And we kept hearing this sound, huh? That it sounded like it was like going around us. It was fucking scary.
Like you know how like the spaceship or the
Yeah.
craft like
Yeah, it sounded like a whip, like, but it was going around us. We're like, what the fuck, man?
Bro, what if you try to like
Gas.
Google it and try to find that hotel and like it just doesn't exist?
Don't even do that. I would be
Ooh.
genuinely fucking
Twilight
scared.
Zone.
It was a random ass hotel though, like, and then in the morning though, there was hella people, huh?
yeah.
You a lie.
In the morning there was hella people that were like, you go outside, you can hear kids and everything running all
like
around.
the parking lot was full and the
No, it
whole-
wasn't
That's
like
scary.
full,
It
but
wasn't
there was
full.
like
There was
three-
enough
there was like
people,
3
though.
cars and like I guess a family was gonna check in, but that shit was not normal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
Yeah,
scary.
And then when we
because
woke
it's
up
like-
in the morning, in the corner, I think I had the video. I gotta find it. There was a fat ass black spider.
Yeah, humongous, bro. The size of your hand, like,
Oh
Humongous.
gosh.
No, but that's scary because what if it's like the locals know, like, oh, we know not to be out like
Yeah,
at night, but we'll be out in the morning because that's safe. So what if that's why there was hella people because everyone knows
They
like
have like a curfew.
not to be out? Yeah, exactly, not to be out at a certain.
our
time.
dumbasses were out there. That shit was genuinely scary to me.
That's some horror movie
Then
shit.
we find you like chopped up in a bag, like a burlap bag.
Come on.
And then like your head, they playing like soccer with your head and shit.
And on the way down, we didn't see that altar. It's the same. It's the way to go up is
There's
the
only
same way
one
down.
way up and one way down.
What if it's to like lure people so they stop or something and then like check it out? Or, like,
We were not stopping though. We were like, fuck
Yeah,
that.
his dad was smashing.
Did
Because he was scared too. He wouldn't admit it, but he was. I could
Yeah,
tell he
he
was
was
fucking
scared.
scared. Yeah.
Yeah.
see, when your dad is scared, that's
Especially
when,
when
you gotta be
when we got there, and no one was there. That's when he started
That's-
tripping.
yeah.
He started
Yeah.
tripping
I would,
hard.
yeah.
Yeah. He was like, "Fuck, what am I gonna do? What were we gonna do? Like,
Yeah.
go back
I
down?"
even told him I was like, we might have to sleep in the truck. I was like, we're gonna have to get cozy, pie.
Come on, a Loki open or whatever. No, but even the doors, huh? The doors were like metal doors, like meant to keep people in, and you closed it down with a bar.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
it was
wow.
just fucking weird. It was a weird ass
And then
hotel.
I'm surprised I didn't wake up in the middle of the night because I usually do hella randomly and I just be chilling. Like there's times in Mexico where like he will wake up and he just see me hella on my phone just chilling like in the middle of the night, and I think he was hoping I would wake up.
Yeah.
Because didn't you hear something like some singing?
Boy, I forgot about that shit. Yes, there was some singing, bro, in the middle of the night.
Was it
What was it
inside the
singing?
building or we?
I couldn't tell. Because like the way that it was layered outside, structured outside, it was like a canyon, so it could have been coming from anywhere, but it was coming from the fucking forest because that's all that was around us.
Was it like a
I
little girl?
just experienced.
Yes, it
I
was.
just
It was. It
experienced
sounded
that
like
shit.
Oh,
kids.
she's singing.
singing some fucking TikTok song.
Old MacDonald had a farm.
I just experienced that shit.
What?
Fucking remember when I was staying in that cabin in the Santa Cruz Hills?
Yeah.
Fucking so, like I'm fucking out there chilling, like chilling, and I'm fucking like laying down on like the little patio deck, and I'm just fucking like listening to music and staring at the stars. and next thing I know, I hear a fucking noise, and so I pause my music. There was like some fucking chanting coming from the woods.
Fuck that shit.
That fucking
Bohemian
killed my whole
Grove.
vibe. I fucking
Fuck that.
I fucking went into the cabin, bro. The cabin had no locks. Like the door didn't lock. The fucking one of the walls pops up, so like, you know, during the day you can open it up and get air and whatever. Bro, there's no locks. I was fucking freaking the fuck out. Nah, bro. I'm like, it's like 2 a.m.
Fuck that.
I'm trying to fucking leave. Like I don't want to.
Oh,
be
that's
here,
the day
bro.
you left the fucking party?
Yeah,
I told you
yeah.
to stay your ass here.
Bro, I don't think I haven't been that scared in a
I mean,
fucking
Forest for real
while.
be one of the most haunted places,
Yeah.
man. I mean, that's just a known.
Because who knows what goes on in
Yeah,
there and
that's
what
just-
has
It's
gone
so
on.
dense, you
in
could
there.
get lost. Everything looks the same. Like
Yeah,
people rely on
That shit is scary, dude.
And then the energy just from the trees because
Yeah.
they're fucking.
And the
thousands
trees
of
have
years
seen
old.
a lot,
Yeah,
bro.
Raw
like-
ass nature.
Nature is really connected to the paranormal
Yeah.
and shit.
And then you
bro.
got things there that probably haven't even like come out to the public or
Exactly.
like
That's the
their own
scariest
species,
thing.
you know?
Yeah, no, because
Sasquatch.
they just
Those Santa Cruz
people
mountains, though.
discover.
Yeah.
Jersey Devil,
Yeah,
big
yeah,
ass.
I'm
Santa
learning
Cruz.
about. I didn't know Santa Cruz was like that, bro.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, man.
Fucking. But that
Just wait
hotel.
for next week.
Oh,
Hey.
I can't wait, dude.
When
We got a
were-
treat for y'all next week.
When we go on
Yes,
tour.
sir.
Mickey.
Yeah, Nikki
Oh.
came through.
When we go on tour, we're recording at the hotel.
No, no, we're not. No, but dude, that's weird, Brian. I remember, I forgot all about that until he says that shit right now. I did. I couldn't sleep for some reason. I was hella
singing in
tired.
the middle of the night.
Yeah, so I remember that whole trip. Like Pokemon, the latest Pokemon had just come out, so I was on my
Lord.
Switch playing that shit 24/7, right?
Yeah.
So I'd be up late at night, like my kids asleep, everybody's asleep. I'm chilling, hella relaxing, right? And we're in the wilderness, up in the mountains, so you hear crickets and shit, right? But like, I thought it was weird. I didn't hear no fucking bugs. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
weird, huh?
Yeah, no bugs.
There
Oh,
was no
shit.
bugs.
That got me
Yeah,
chills
what
now.
the fuck?
Cause bro, even out here, like there's crickets and shit.
Yeah.
Like in the
Right.
city, like
Exactly.
why in the forest would there be no? It was silent.
You should
And-
hear frogs,
Yeah.
crickets,
Yeah,
all kinds
and
of
I remember
things.
like
For real.
I thought I was tripping. I thought it was somebody's radio or something. But then I remembered. I'm like, bro, there's nobody out here. There's one car in the parking lot. One car.
yeah.
Could have been them, maybe. But it was just the time of night it was, where we were, and the kind of singing. It was like little kids.
You're like, nah.
Like it was just fucking weird. I was hella scared. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to go to sleep, but I can't. Like I turned my switch off. I was just trying to go to sleep. I'm like, bro, I cannot sleep. It was some scary. And then I tell you, the next morning, we see bugs. Right? There's bugs outside. You can hear flies and shit. There's kids running
Were there
around. There
hella
was
cars
a,
in
Now that
the
I think
parking
about it,
lot?
I don't even
not
know.
hella, but there was more cars.
I don't even know where the host came from.
Dead ass, because nobody pulled up.
He was the one at the altar
Oh,
sacrificing y'all.
Yeah, no cars pulled up. I don't remember a car. Maybe they did, and I don't know, but I don't remember a car
I
pulling
was
up.
spooked though, but I think that's one of the reasons why I didn't specifically wake up in that hotel.
No, because who knows? You would have woke up at 3. Who knows what you would have seen or
Because
heard?
the way we
Dead
were
ass,
sleeping,
devil's
I,
advocate.
I was sleeping like I'm facing like you, and then his bed was sideways. So I wake up and like I could see him.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there was another bed next to me, and then they were just like it literally looked like an orphanage room. And I remember I did not wake up that whole night.
Yeah.
It was
That's
crazy.
Some Midsommar shit.
Huh?
That's some Midsommar shit.
Yeah,
The
it
beds
was-
were right next to each other.
That shit was terrifying. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I couldn't wait. No, how everybody was juiced to get the fuck up out of there the next day.
right.
And that's the
I
place
bet.
you chose or your dad chose?
My fucking dad chose that raggedy ass
Especially
place,
after
bro.
that
Of course it was
spider.
him.
Because we had searched the room and it was either under the bed or we just I don't know where it came
Yeah,
from.
that's the scariest part. That spider was in there with us the entire time because there's no way it would have came in. I mean, maybe, but nah, bro. The way the doors was, there was, and it was way too big to fit under cracks.
Nope.
It was. I mean, it was almost. If it was fatter, I would have thought it was a tarantula.
I feel you.
But because it wasn't that fat, it was just fucking like.
It was just long.
It was a buff ass like daddy long leg almost.
Straight out of fucking Australia.
I've never. Yeah, it was some. No, I'm good. But I got one more story. These are hella long. This one's not as long as the first one, but just for the sake of time, we'll tell one more, and I'll say the other ones. We're gonna do Reddit on Reddit again soon. So we're gonna. All right, this next one really creeped me out because it just kind of goes off of. You never know what's around you. Okay. So
Stay woke.
when I was a kid, I had a kind of weird obsession with people's houses. It sounds odd, I know, but I always wanted to just go into people's homes, while no one was there and just look around. I didn't want to take anything. I wasn't a thief. I just wanted to look at their stuff and see where they put things, see if they like to keep things the way I did, and just observe things without them being there. When people show you their room or their collection of something or take you somewhere that's special to them, they always get nervous that you'll judge them, and to me that ruins the experience. Creep.
Yeah, I was gonna
Whatever.
say, yeah, that's creepy. But
I want to observe these things in their purest form without someone standing behind me to hurry me along before I start judging them. Go to a museum, bitch.
Gotta be pure.
I can remember wanting to go into people's houses from a very young age. We would be driving somewhere or on a trip, and I would see an unfamiliar house and just wonder what it was like in there. Did they have a cupboard full of mugs like my mom did? Was there an ashtray in the living room with butts in it? What color was their furniture? Did they collect knickknacks? I'll create these little houses in my mind based solely on the exterior, and I never got any closer. And never get any closer to how right or wrong I had been. I still feel that way, and I still want to look, but I'm wiser now. When I was 11, I found a house with the door open. I didn't set out to find a house, of course. I wasn't casing the neighborhood for a nice house to go sightseeing in. I was on my way home from the corner store with Mom's cigarettes. We lived in a small town, and Mom had bought a pack of Virginia Slims at the same corner store every day for as long as I could remember. The lady at the store, Miss Vicky, had known me since I was in Oshkosh overalls and knew that I was most likely to set my hand on fire than smoke one of Mom's cigarettes. So when I put my Skittles and my Yoo-Hoo on the counter, asked her for a pack of Virginia Slim long menthols, she put them in a paper bag along with the change from the 10 my mom had given me. The trip home was about 10 minutes by foot, and I had drunk the Yoo-Hoo about 45 seconds into that walk. That's crazy. You chugging a Yoo-Hoo while you gotta walk? That's crazy.
Yous are feeling for no reason.
Hell yeah.
Too. Shoot.
I tossed into someone's garbage can and had just opened a bag of Skittles when my eyes found something I couldn't remember having seen before. I had walked this road 1,000 times, rode my bike up it half that many, and as I turned to look at the house, I don't think I had ever seen it before in all that time. It was a fluorescent blue with that weird bubble stucco on it that was trendy at the time. It had little square windows and big metal awnings over each to keep the light to a minimum. The grass was a little tall in the yard, but not unkempt. This was Georgia, after all. Second red flag. I'm scared of the South. South is fucking haunted, front to back.
Yeah, it is. Sure enough, it is.
This was Georgia, after all, and it had rained more than. And if it had rained more than twice after you cut it, you'd have to cut it again. There was no car in the yard, and the whole place just looked very abandoned. And the door was wide open. I stopped with my Skittles in hand, thinking about that door and the idea of exploring a house with no one in it. I had never been inside a house by myself that wasn't mine, and though I knew I shouldn't, I couldn't imagine another opportunity like this. This could be my only chance. I might better take advantage while I could, it further said. What? I took a step off the road towards the door, then another, and before I knew it, I was in the yard with the tall grass rubbing at my legs. I was about to take a turn.
Alligator man.
I looked at the door like it might suddenly slam shut, but with every step that it stayed open, I felt more confident that I was making the right choice.
You have to be white.
Of course. Virginia Slims, that's a win.
For real.
I peeked inside and found an empty living room with the TV playing. The light coming in through the windows was enough to show me the dingy living area, but I could tell that it would be dark in there after the sun went down. The TV was playing a commercial for dog food, and the lights on the screen made me hesitant to enter. Just a quick look at the living room, I told myself. If someone comes back from the bathroom or something and finds me here, I could just say the door was open and I was worried. If the door was open and I was worried. That's something a good neighbor would do. A mustard yellow couch took up one whole wall, and it looked prickly. It was like the couch my grandma had in her receiving room. What the fuck that is, I don't know. And there was a scratchy throw tossed over the back of it to really bring it together. There was a divot in the couch, too, right in front of the TV, and it appeared that someone had spent a long time sitting there. On the wall closest to the kitchen was a flimsy bookshelf that held some magazines and paperbacks on the bottom of the middle shelf, and a bunch of those weird-looking figurines. They were called Precious Moments figures. They had ones with animals in them in the forefront, and I wondered why. I wonder if that was why they liked them the best, because they had animals on them. None of them looked new, and the kids looked like they all looked discolored with age and old cigarette smoke. Speaking of, there was a TV tray next to the couch, and on it was a teetering ashtray full of thick yellow butts. There weren't
My favorite.
they weren't Virginia Slims, and the filter said Marlboro on them. Someone made a little mountain out of them, and it looked like if you dropped one into the opening of the left center, it would smoke like a volcano. There were some pictures on the wall, a man fishing with a kid about my age, a man laughing with a group of people at a theme park, and 2 men working on an old car. And they too looked yellowed and kind of washed out. The frames were dusty, and the glass looked like it hadn't been cleaned in a long time. As I took all these things in, I couldn't help but feel like something was watching me. I kept looking around, prepared to see someone standing there watching me intrude, but I never saw anyone. It was a feeling like when you think there's a bug on your arm, or when someone pretends to crack a make-believe egg on your knee. The fuck?
What? Yeah, wait, huh?
You never.
I never done that shit. The fuck?
I know what they're talking about.
Okay. You out of all people, I feel, would know.
Well, you never did that shit on the top of your head? Or...
No.
Did the
Yeah.
That I've done, yeah.
It's that, but they're talking about on their knee.
It's just something you feel, and you don't know why you feel it. So there's a lot of filler. I'm just trying to read through it, so I don't waste everybody's time. As I finished looking at the living room, no one having come out to challenge me, I decided to go check out the kitchen too. Sometimes in TV shows, people find their neighbor hurt or something, and I wondered if someone was hurt inside and needed me to call an ambulance. That was a lie. I suspected no such thing, but I wanted to see more of the house before I was discovered. I expected any minute to hear a toilet flush or hear a door close and hear the telltale sound of footsteps coming from the back of the house. They would find me in their house, ask me what I was doing, or I would run out before they saw me, and that would be the end of my adventure. But I wanted to see how far I could get before that happened. This is so dangerous, dude.
Ain't it though?
The kitchen looked a little like the one at my house. The floor was covered in black and white checkered linoleum. But where ours was shiny and often waxed, this one was peeling and faded. The countertops were chipped and dull. The lustrous black formica looking greasy and sticky. There were cans on it, open cans that crawled with little white worms. So these are hella old.
Ew. Yeah.
Right?
like maggots?
Yeah. Yeah, I think maggots is what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And there were more in the trash. The label declared it chili, and it looked less like the kind you ate alone and more like the kind you put on hot dogs.
Ew.
There was a light in there, a single round globe speckled with fly corpses.
Ew.
But it did little to reach the corners. The corners looked very dark, almost unnaturally dark. And as I walked around to inspect the little table and mostly empty cupboards, I could feel that same crawling feeling of being watched. The pockets in here were deeper than the ones in the living room, and it was easier to believe that someone might be watching from them. It almost felt like I could see someone in the dark there, but I couldn't be sure as I looked to the next hallway and tried to decide, if I dared. The hallway beyond was cast in various stages of darkness. The first few steps were shadowy, but I could still see the stiff brown carpet that covered the floor. After about 5 feet, however, it was shadowy to the point of being hard to tell what color the walls were. I could see a door midway down the hall, a bathroom, I assumed, but beyond that was little more than the inclination of a door. The longer I looked, the more I could feel something staring at me from that darkness, and the less sure I was that I wanted to go in there.
Then why you go?
The same feeling I had gotten in the kitchen and the living room was back and forth, and the longer I stared, the more I feel like I can see something else in that darkness. It was human-shaped, though probably not a human. It seemed to hang in the murk of the hallway, and the dark converging around it as my eyes tried to make sense of what I was seeing. It looked for all the world like a child's interpretation of darkness, the thick squigglies that often decorate a picture of a dark room. I had taken a single step into that hallway, my foot seeming to be gone as it passed through the semi-lighted kitchen to the hall, and I took it back as I backtracked to the living room. I had seen enough to know that satiating my curiosity might be the end of me. I left the door open and ran for my house, not feeling safe until my own door was between me and that unknown entity that resided there. I told my mother what happened because honestly, I didn't know what else to do. Mom was an adult and might very well be able to make sense of all this. She would smile and pat my head and tell me how I had been silly and that I shouldn't let my imagination get the better of me. She would explain it in a way that my child mind could understand, and that it would all be okay. Instead, she called the police and asked that they would do a well check on the house. Mom had been an emergency dispatcher for about 15 years before finally leaving to be a stay-at-home mom, so she knew what to say to get them to go have a look. They said they would check, and when Officer Buck came by a few hours later, I just figured he was in the neighborhood and wanted to say hi. He and Mom had been friends since high school. Oh, they'd be fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
He was in the he and Dad bowled together and were a part of some moose lodge, so it wasn't uncommon to see him at the house. I expected he would ask me to go play somewhere so he and Mom could talk about boring stuff. They fucked for sure.
Yeah, sure.
They was fucking poor kid.
No, poor him, because he still doesn't realize they were fucking.
Oh yeah. But he
my
asked me
daddy?
to stay today, so he could ask me some questions. He wanted to know what I had seen in the house and how far I had been, and whether I had smelled anything or seen anything that scared me. I told him about the crawly feeling and how it had felt like someone was watching me, and he thanked me for my honesty and said I had been very brave to try and check on something like that. But in the future, if I suspected someone might be in danger, I should call the police and tell someone. Mom walked him to the door not long after that, and they whispered about something while I went and watched cartoons in the living room.
Hey, so, what
I had
time
already
ago?
basically forgotten the fear and uncertainty that I had felt in that house. I was a kid, and nothing ever lasted very long in my mind. I had already moved on to more important things. Mom came and sat on the couch with me, hugging me a little as she stroked my hair, but I didn't think anything of that either. They bulldozed that house a few weeks later. I watched them destroy it from the seat of my bike. My friends called out to me, wanting me to come along and ride with them, but I was trapped by the sight of that strange house as it was flattened. It was weird to realize that you might be the last person to truly see and experience a place. Though I would learn I was far from that many years later. I had been having some weird dreams lately, and that was the only reason I remembered it at all. I walked through a house I didn't know, my vision seeming to be on the rails as I moved effortlessly through the dingy space. Saw a living room with a TV showing snow, a kitchen with counters covered in dark brown juice, and then stopping at a pitch black hallway. There's something in there, I can feel it, and as it zooms in, I can hear a high-pitched ringing begin to build until I finally wake up. I asked Mom about it, figured she might remember, and got this look on her face that made me instantly regret asking. I was hoping you'd forgotten about that. Your Uncle Buck was afraid it might traumatize you, but I told him it seemed like you hadn't really seen anything. I did, not really, I said, and not sure what to say, but I definitely felt something in that house. Something that scared me. What was in there? Why did they tear it down all of a sudden? She told me, the man who lived there was a shut-in. He paid someone to go get his groceries, to go cash his social security checks, and basically he never left the house. Buck said when we called for a well check, they went in and found him dead in the back room. He said the flies were so thick, the EMTs had trouble getting him out. Ew. They were in the corners of every room, and they were a real nuisance. They had to demolish the house because the room had a lingering smell, and the flies just never stopped gathering there. I was glad she told me, but not sure what to do with this information. As the dreams get more persistent, I'm not sure how to get past them. And every night, it's always the same.
Yeah.
So he saw that. So the darkness was the fucking flies that he saw.
Nasty, for real. Ugh.
That's
He
creepy.
did all that yapping just to say that motherfucker was dead.
Well, yeah, this story was very
Ain't nothing scary.
strung out. That's scary, bitch. You walk into a house and there's a dead body in there.
Oh yeah,
and
but
who knows
to do all
what,
that yapping?
Oh, I know.
No, but who knows
that
what
yapping.
he was involved with though to make, because like one telltale sign that one thing that's obvious if you know like a house is haunted is if you know you got all your windows closed, now granted the door was wide open, but if you got all the windows closed and like flies just keep seeming to somehow.
But why was that door open?
And why was the door open? And why
Someone
were there
else had been in
so
there.
many flies that they literally covered like,
Walls, bro.
walls like.
And
So,
it kept showing up.
so I
That's
think
some demonic shit, bro.
that's what I'm saying. I think before he even died,
Beelzebub.
something for real was in that house. But then when he did die, it
Lord of the
just
Flies.
it was a free for all.
I thought the flies were just there because he was dead.
No, but that many
there's
flies, though, bro?
I think there's some
Well,
extra
nobody-
You ever
to it.
seen a
baby.
dead
It was
body?
all, he had like
How long
rotten
he's been
food
there.
with maggots and shit, so that's just gonna like
Yeah.
fester.
I was thinking, what if the
And maggots
shadow
just
he
turn
saw-
into more flies.
What if he hung
they do.
himself and that shadow he saw was like?
Yeah, because they didn't specify. So when
That's
I
a
was
good
first
point.
reading this last night, I thought he had hung himself because
Yeah.
he said he saw something. He didn't specify though. He's a
Yeah.
shitty storyteller, but he didn't specify. So maybe,
Maybe
it was
his mama
hanging.
didn't
Yeah,
specify.
Huh?
know,
Oh, maybe, yeah.
it-
I don't know,
true.
but
'Cause
bro, that's so eerie though to think that you
Yeah.
were in somebody's
That's why
house,
you can't
they were
go to
dead in
people's
the
And I
house.
mean, he
I know
did,
dead ass. You should
he
be going
did
to
say, like, as a kid too, like, it felt like something was, some just about that situation is off. And you know, if your gut be, or your discernment be telling you,
If it's someone's house, that's their domain. They know they're obviously their house better than you. They might have some like traps or some shit
Yeah.
for that reason.
Don't
Like y'all
breathe.
ever seen Don't Breathe?
Yeah.
yeah,
Some shit like that.
yeah,
Or villains. You know, you could walk in someone having some weird ass operation. You don't even know what the fuck going on.
right.
Yeah. That's
It'd
some
be
weird
like
shit,
that.
man.
Do y'all think Uncle Buck's still around?
Uncle Buck still fucks.
I love how he turned into Uncle Buck.
I know.
You know, the dad died at some point, and he just moved in. He was like, "Your Uncle Buck's coming to live with us."
Bro.
Uncle Buck is Uncle fucking.
He got it going on though.
Oh,
shit.
Buck.
But yeah, man, look, I'm gonna end it there because these stories are a little long. So we got other stuff to do, baby, too. So to get to y'all,
We got
y'all
some
beautiful.
juice next week.
Yeah, we got some juice next week. Our very own little Nicholas has brought us a special guest who I think is really gonna come to scare the shit out of us. So hopefully that happens. So we got that coming next week, and we just got the rest of the month of October just to get a little
Facts
little,
of
little
life.
creepy, baby. You know what I'm
There's a
saying?
nice
So
little ease into the
yeah, this was a nice little ease, and it still kind of went places that I didn't think it today was gonna go.
dip in the
Yeah.
chode.
Yeah, so I mean, especially remembering that fucking hotel really creeped me out again. I
I
had
hear you.
really buried that shit.
I actually found the hotel right now, and it's not what it looked like.
No.
That's why we were like, oh yeah, we'll stay there for the night.
Yeah.
No,
You a lie.
it's not. Yeah, I
Yeah,
found it.
that's not 100% not what it looks like.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
legit
gosh.
is some scary movie shit.
That's
Like,
scary.
Uh huh.
They make it look like one way, you get there, and it's just like
That's what I'm
And there's a
saying.
rating of 3.8, and I'm looking for reviews. There's no like reviews, and there's like it said like
They delete the reviews.
visitor pictures, and it's all like the nice ones.
Professional
There's like no
ass.
pictures.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nah, bro, that's creepy.
That's for a link.
I feel like
That's-
farms are hella eerie.
We
too.
survived something that night. I 100% believe we just survived something.
I think so too,
Yeah,
because that don't make no kind of sense.
it just was not our time.
Yeah.
Like 100%, I believe that.
Like, you
That
know
shit
what?
is
I'ma have
terrifying.
mercy on y'all,
Mexico
'cause,
is such a beautiful country, but it's also fucking terrifying.
So I've heard.
I think we'll get into a little bit of that this month too.
yeah.
Spread out you know,
Yeah.
fucking shit.
No, Mexico is a beautiful, beautiful.
It's like an iceberg
beautiful.
though. It's just like you see the
country.
beauty and all the shit is at the tip
Oh,
of
yeah.
the iceberg, but
So-
like
so
there's so,
Kyrie,
much
we're
dark
going
shit
to
that goes
Mexico,
under
right?
it.
It depends when and where. And
Yo, if I was
Mexico's beautiful
if
though.
I was like a scary dude at that hotel, I would like want my moniker to be like the Jaguar, and I'm just fucking roaming the woods, the jungle,
The
roam.
thickest jaguar I've ever seen.
Fucking Bagheera, come on.
Bagheera. He's Shere
baby.
Khan. What you mean? He built like fucking. He built like Baloo. What the fuck? But
Baloo guy.
Baloo is gas.
Bagheera.
Before we sign off though, I do want to announce the winner of our giveaway.
Yeah.
Oh,
So shout out to this
shit.
person, right? We have merch on hand that will not be sold. You can only win this merch. Okay, they're prototypes of the actual merch that we are going to drop at some point. Okay, so you winning this shirt means you have a piece of VHS history, and,
Yeah,
and
actually.
I'm very glad that we're able to give this stuff away.
You're special.
So I want to. It's. Oh, hold on, I wrote down the name.
Drumroll.
Okay, and this was chosen at random. I put everybody's name. Mind you, you could enter up to how many ever times, right? You can enter up to 4 times with a screenshot. Just show us that you're subscribed to us on some platform. For every platform you're subscribed to us was 1 entry. This person entered a bunch of times, and also with every time you share us and you tag us, that's an entry, right? And so we just put all your names into a wheel. I wrote the wheel, and we came up with this. Let me pull up this person's name. I don't know your real name, so we're gonna shoot you an Instagram message too. But Antonio Banderas, you won. Thank you, baby. We love you so much. You win a shirt. We're gonna I'll send you a message on Instagram
Antonio
asking for your
gas.
size. We'll get you a shirt. Thank you so much for supporting us, and thank you to everybody who did
Don't get that
participate.
shirt before me.
Oh, dead ass, they will. Yeah, Nano still don't have his shirt. My bad, but I keep forgetting. But we're gonna do you right, okay? So we're gonna send you the shirt. Hopefully, you like it and you rock it every day. But don't forget to
Ugh,
wash it.
not every day.
Right? Yeah, no, every day. Just wash it on weekends.
We
That's
all,
great.
we all
Just
did
not too
happen
many
to wear
times.
it and sweat in it. So you got a little piece of us with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't wash it too many times. It gets rough.
Might get a little hard.
That's great.
If it starts to stand up on its own, we'll send you another one.
Recommend hang dry.
Yep, that's why it's a
Hair
prototype.
dry.
And I also want to announce too, we're gonna do a little costume contest. You got all month to do it. Okay, on the show that we're actually Halloween is on a Tuesday this year, so we're gonna drop an episode on Halloween. On Halloween, we will announce. Well, I guess in that episode, not on
Yeah.
Halloween, but that Sunday or that weekend before, we will announce the winner. Okay, we want to do a little costume contest with y'all. Okay,
Yeah,
so
boy.
you have until let me pull up my calendar. Hold on, I should have been prepared for this. Okay, so you have until noon on Friday, October 27th, to submit your photos. So you got a long time to do this.
That's
Okay,
a long time. Should we only say one entry per person?
yeah, it's only one entry per person.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because some
so
people might be wilding out here with.
What
Yeah.
if they send pictures of their dog?
no, I don't want that shit. I want to see your fucking costume.
wanna see that shit,
Man,
bro.
then fuck you.
Send them to me.
Get a fucking calendar on the fucking mall, dog calendar. Then fucking want to see nobody's fucking dog.
If
The
you
fuck?
dress up your pets, you can DM me.
Yeah, DM him, not me.
I want
Let
to
me get
see.
you a Fast and Furious.
Wait, can I get DM too?
Yeah, let me and Nick know. We
yeah.
want to see your pets.
So we're gonna do the best contest, the best costume contest, right?
Best cock.
We're gonna vote on our favorite costume. Okay, the winner will win a VHS shirt. Again, one of the prototypes that are not available for sale and will never be. Okay, you will win a shirt and you will win a $50 gift card to either Apple or Spotify because you support us by listening. So we want to give you a little bit back. Okay, we want to pay for you to stream us. Okay, so the best costume. Okay, should we have subcategories like the funniest costume? Most
No.
creative? No, right?
No,
It's
but
just
hey.
our favorite costume.
Yeah.
Hey, you can send us like if they're scary, if they're hella like, creative.
Yeah.
If you just throw like a fucking trash bag on, if they're sexy, like send us.
He had to throw that. That's the only
hey.
reason why he said anything is to say that shit.
And then let us know if you're comfortable with us sharing it. Because obviously we want to show, the people your creativity.
Yeah.
So let us know if you're comfortable us sharing it on the, the
our
social
page.
medias.
Now,
as well.
are we voting or should we have the listeners
Let's have the
vote?
listeners.
The
vote.
listeners
Well,
vote.
how
Let's
about
narrow
we
it down.
dwindle
Let's
it
have
down?
us narrow it down and then we give
Yeah,
the-
exactly.
Oh, we'll narrow it down and then the
the
listeners
final
vote
vote.
for the best.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's a good idea. So we'll narrow down the top three.
Let's go top 5.
Top
Say
five.
four,
Top
yeah,
five
five.
costumes we'll narrow down, and then you, the listeners, will pick the winner. Okay,
it is.
you can't vote for yourself, man. Don't be no sucker and vote for yourself. Okay, don't do that shit. I mean, you can, but don't do that shit.
Yeah,
you can.
You
No,
vote
I'm
for
not gonna
yourself.
stop you, but
I'm
be a
voting
decent
for
human
myself.
If
being.
you vote for yourself, leave it on the fucking burner accounts.
Yeah, yeah. Go create another account and vote for. I don't care if y'all cheat. I just want to see somebody's costume, man.
care
Just
if
don't
y'all
make it
cheat.
obvious, and we'll be all right, man. So go ahead. Y'all got a whole month to come up with the best costume you can. Okay. We will narrow down the top 5 costumes, and then the listeners, y'all are gonna pick the winner. So y'all are gonna determine who wins the prototype shirt and who wins the gift card. Okay, and we hope that everybody participates. It's gonna be real fun. This is the first year we got video for this month, so we're gonna do a special, Friday night episode on the 27th. Okay, and we're all gonna be in costume too, just like we did last year, but y'all couldn't tell because we didn't have video.
The pumpkin.
Yes, we did.
Oh yeah, we're probably
We went
gonna.
live.
We're probably gonna
We fucking
do,
pumpkins?
Yeah, we're gonna carve some pumpkins too.
Pumpkin fucking.
Oh, we're gonna do it live. That's not gonna be a part of the episode. We're gonna do that on live.
great.
Okay, so
That's
y'all can
nice.
come carve pumpkins with us that night. We're just gonna be chilling, sipping, smoking. Kyrie gonna be praying. It's gonna be a good time. Okay.
Come on.
All right, and
A seance.
we hope that y'all enjoy this month with us, October. But as always, follow us on Instagram at Visual House Studios. Follow us on TikTok at Visual House Studios. Go to YouTube, type in Visual House Studios. Should be the first or second option that comes up. You see cute little Sammy right there. Make sure you subscribe to us, okay? And more importantly, though, just stream us on Spotify, Apple Music, okay?
And
Just-
share the podcast.
Yeah,
Don't be
share the
afraid.
podcast,
You never
man.
know who's gonna like us. You never know who's not gonna like us. Either way, we still gonna do our thing. Just
Yeah.
share.
There's people who don't follow us that you sharing that you could put us onto them or put them onto us, right? Yeah, put them onto us.
And also, does that mean they just heard the intro? Remember?
What?
Come in. This is the first October episode, right?
Uh-huh.
So we got a new intro.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We have our one and only Nano
Brand new
has
intro.
done it again, and we did not recycle the old one from last October. We got a brand new one that Nano made himself. Okay, and Nano was gassed at this shit.
Great.
So shout out Nano. Make sure
on.
you know y'all
Shout
comment on
out.
how dope the intro song was. Right from my metalheads, y'all gonna be jizzing all
That's
over the
my
place.
Ludwig.
Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, for real. That's our own little Ludwig. Okay, so make sure you do that. We are the best podcast in California. I don't give a fuck what anybody
the
says.
best.
Okay, we are truly the best at what we do. We love y'all, and we're glad that y'all are rocking with us. Tune in all October. We're gonna get a little spooky.
Come on.
Thank you for tuning in, y'all. We will
Stay
see y'all
gassed.
next week.
Send us your dog pictures
Yeah.
or cats or
Don't
guinea
do
pigs,
that
whatever
shit.
y'all got.
Goodbye.
Stay black.
I'm hungry, baby.